Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Sustained effort and violence.
No, please. No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Cool, neat story. I want to shake his hand. 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 Family.
Let's get the pumping.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com. And watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And you can chime in there, be a part of today's program. Just watch us on Facebook Live or subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. Got a lot of great videos up there for you to enjoy. Coming up on today's show, we will talk some playoff hockey for the first time as the Hurricanes, winners last night in Game 1 of their series against the Boston Bruins, and took it to Boston 5-1 the final. We'll talk to former Pirate Radio intern and our resident Caniac Brooks Hill about that. He'll talk about the remainder of that series and what else is going on in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we'll do that coming up in hour number 1 at 4 o'clock. Pitt Community College getting ready for their postseason, their conference tournament. We'll talk to Shea Ward, one of their players, at 4 o'clock. He'll join us in the Pirate Radio studios to talk about PCC getting ready for postseason play, see if they can get back to the Junior College World Series this year, as Shea Ward will join us in a studio. Billy Weaver joins us in the 4 o'clock hour. Like Shea, who is named after Shea Stadium, a Mets fan. So we'll have a couple of Mets fans on the show today. We'll talk to Weave about Chase Elliott winning yesterday in Dover. Also about Pirate baseball. We'll get into some NFL draft as well. And at 5 o'clock, Bryce Williams will join us inside the Pirate Radio studios. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors with Bryce. When we last left Bryce, he was still trying to get that elusive turkey. Did he get it? Since last week. We'll have that answer for you coming up at 5 o'clock. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler Honeycutt's here. CJ Schaefer's here. And Ellerbe is to my left. Hello, Jonathan.
What's up, Clipper? How are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
How did the dang meter go last week? Did they go over or under?
It went well under because Bryce did a great job. There was only a couple that tripped him up. We had him guess the audio from a former teammate or coach from 2014, 2015, and part of it was while he was thinking about it, he kind of sat in silence. So not a lot of dangs from Bryce.
I wonder how many silent dangs went in his brain.
Oh, they were firing off.
It was just dang, 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 dang. It was just so many were going off in his head that he couldn't say it out loud.
He did a good job with that. We'll have to bring that back next week. Today we will get Bryce's memories from post-draft and what it was like to try to make an NFL team and that uncertainty. Jaquan Mcmillan, DJ Ford, kind of going through that right now. It looks like Tyler Snead's still looking for a landing spot in professional football. So we'll talk some football with Bryce. We'll also ask him this. Our Twitter audience did a great job coming up with questions for our baseball guys yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So we'll throw some of these at Bryce as well coming up at 5 o'clock.
I just think I came up with a good idea. I think every time you have one of Bryce's teammates on, you should play a cut of Bryce and see if they can name that player.
All right.
Just not when Bryce is here, but in case you ever had and just see I think you would get 100% that everybody would know who Bryce Williams is.
He has a very recognizable voice.
Yeah, I don't think I would be curious if anybody got Bryce Williams mixed up with another teammate. And if that would be the case, then we'd have to have that person on.
Bryce probably sounds the most like former ECU offensive line coach Brandon Jones. Remember him?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Average.
Family.
We actually did play his cut last week, and Bryce was able to nail that.
Yeah, good deal.
Let's check out the Facebook Live feed. You can chime in there and join the show. And Susan Dean says, #fire Matt Rule. She says that
She's
every day.
trying to get rid of Matt Rule, huh?
Yeah. Have you ever, and you're not a big fan of teams.
No, I don't have any NFL teams.
Yeah, so you don't have the energy to really want a guy fired. Ever.
Not in the NFL, not at all. Now, and I don't really have. It takes a lot for me to want to get someone sports fired right now, especially. But I mean, I'm pretty partial to the Braves. I still kind of follow them, and I like the Orioles. But you can't really fire anybody at the Orioles just because they're just not. It is what it is. So, but no, but not definitely. I'm not angry like you. I mean, you're trying to fire Dan Snyder. She's trying to fire.
It's hard to fire an owner.
No, it's possible.
It is. We just need stuff to keep flowing out.
You got to work on those secret tapes.
Steve Hill says, "What's up, Clip Carey?" Well, the Braves are about to get things underway. Game 1 of a doubleheader against the Mets.
Really? Is this a rainout?
No, this is because the season got pushed back. There are some scheduled doubleheaders this year in baseball, so they can try to. I think they're going to still end up like less than a week over what they normally go. But they got some.
That is so old school.
Some doubleheaders.
Back in the day, the doubleheaders on TBS,
and they are 9-inning doubleheaders, Ellerbe.
Yeah,
no 7-inning doubleheaders.
There's nothing more fun than day baseball. I love day baseball.
I can think of a few things more fun, but I know what you're saying.
I mean, like you play a little hooky from work.
Like day basketball, day football would be more fun.
Really? No way. Are you serious? Were you going day?
It's more fun of a sport.
So if there's like a Wednesday afternoon, you'd rather go to an NBA or NFL game than a Major League Baseball game?
I like baseball. I like basketball and football more than baseball. So yeah, I know what you're saying. There's a nostalgia factor with it.
Because I mean, the other two usually just don't. I mean, the other two don't happen during the week. Yeah. Like a day baseball. That's what maybe a weekday baseball game.
Yeah.
is more of a natural occurrence.
I'm not complaining. I like to have something to check out while we're here on the show. So we'll be watching that. Braves beat the Mets last night. Mets still have a 5-game lead in the NL East over Atlanta after their fantastic April. Steve says #jelly bean season.
Jelly bean season.
I think jelly bean season's over.
The countdown is on till next year.
You excited? Could you find any? It's Mother's Day season, right?
It is Mother's Day season, and that's a very important Sunday coming up.
Yeah.
Not that you shouldn't treat your mother great every day of the year, but definitely this Sunday, be sure that your mom doesn't cook, doesn't wait on you hand and foot or do anything, or if your mom lives out of town, you pick up the phone, make a phone call. Let's make mom feel great this Sunday.
Great idea. Are
you in? Have you already planned out your day to?
Not quite
for Mama Brock.
Nah, I still got to figure out what to get her. She so I got a text from her Sunday, and she was asking. So I got them a Roku, so my dad could watch ESPN Plus, watch the Pirates, watch
That's important.
Sports.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to tell them all the other things you can do, and some of it's free, some of it is pay.
Right.
But my mom, her favorite movie is The Godfather. My mom likes mafia-related stuff.
Is she related to John Gotti or something?
No, she's from Eastern North Carolina.
Okay,
so, no.
Just want to be sure.
And I guess Paramount Plus has a show called The Offer, which is about the making of The Godfather. And she wanted to know how she could watch that. So I went over there Sunday after the baseball game. You can watch one episode for free, so I showed her how to do that. But that gave me, maybe I should get her Paramount Plus for Mother's Day.
That is a great idea.
So she could watch the entire series and not have to worry about it.
I think that is a fantastic idea.
So maybe that'll be my go-to.
I think that is a gift. I started many years ago, and I gave my mom People magazine.
Oh, man.
And it's something she kind of really enjoys, and I couldn't really, but it's one of those things. She gets it weekly, and I don't know how many people really read magazines anymore. Although if you get a People magazine, if you've ever seen one, it's mostly pictures. So you don't have. There's not a lot of reading, but she has really enjoyed that over the years. And every time I see her, like after dinner or whatever, she'll sit on the couch and be checking out her People magazine. So it's you feel good. Like when your mom, you get her Paramount Plus, and she's like, "Clip, have you seen the last episode of this?" You'll be like, "Wow, my money is really stretching a long way."
That's right.
You're giving her a gift that keeps on giving.
Which reminds me, a couple of Christmases ago, I got her. Remember when those? I don't know. Do you still like the Echo Dot or whatever?
Yeah,
like Alexa.
The Alexa little speakers.
Yeah. But I got her a subscription so she could listen to music, like whatever she wanted to through that. And so that is the gift that keeps on giving.
You are subscription, son.
I'm going to get her Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah.
Coming up this year.
What kind of subscriptions are you needing? But then you can always renew them the next year. So that's it's kind of the one thing I kind of do. The People, it's kind of a cop out, but it's also something she's been enjoying the last year. So you just go ahead and renew the subscription. Or if she, with the Paramount Plus, there may be something newer and hotter next year that you want to get her the next new app subscription.
Troy D says they still print People magazine. Any comment?
How is he just of course they still print magazines. Because he doesn't read the magazines.
His world,
if it's not,
I will say I have not read a magazine in a long time. I used to love Sports Illustrated.
Yes.
East Bay magazine was my favorite because I would look at all the hats. And
I used to get Sports Illustrated, Sporting News.
Yeah.
What's another one? There was another sports magazine I used to get. But I used to get that, and I used to love those. And I would read, but really the internet ruined magazines because there's you could obviously read them online, and then there was nothing really.
Oh, sure. One of my favorite parts of the summer, along with doing fun stuff, was when I'd go to the grocery store with my mom and look at the magazines and see they came out with that first football magazine, like Street and Smith, or whatever. That was a moment that said, football's coming.
And Phil Still magazine still relevant.
That's the only one. You're right. That's it.
Phil Still magazine, great. Did you ever? This might have been before your time. Did you ever get the Mad magazines as a kid?
I remember
Alfred.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those for a while when I was in my younger youth days, but
I was really young then.
And I wasn't really that big of a reader as a kid, but I did read the box scores and the sports section of the News and Observer pretty religiously in the mornings before schools because I was big in the standings and just trying to figure out the stats and stuff. So that was probably some of the best reading I did as a youth.
Steve Fuller, our buddy Halftime Steve, checking in, Chandler. We talked to Steve at halftime during ECU basketball games about how bad the Hornets are and how bad the first half of the ECU basketball game went. And Steve says, I think you get Paramount Plus with your Hoist the Colors subscription. My dad is a Hoist the Colors VIP subscriber.
Really?
So maybe I can go. This sounds like too much technology. I don't know if I can figure this out. But thank you for that, Steve. I might have to try to do that.
Wow. But now you've just lost a gift idea.
That is true.
Unless
Back to the drawing board.
Unless they're not listening and you can kind of be like, hey, Mom, here's your username and password you got to use. And as long as your dad continues to ante up on the Hoist the Color subscription, then you're good to go.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of great content.
When is Stephen Igo coming in next?
He's coming in Wednesday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you need to ask him about that.
We will ask him all about this. Igo recently had a chat with Mike Easton, Ellerbe, and it's not that I'm avoiding this topic, it's just that I don't even know where to begin on it, but the NIL and everything, it's not even that. So it's not even name, image, likeness anymore. It is just free agency. It is contracts in the world of college sports.
It's name, money, bank account is what it's called.
And Mike Houston talked about that with Igo about how, you got to keep up, right?
I don't know if you can keep up. Like I don't.
You have to try.
Yeah, you have to have
pretend to try.
You have to have a system in place, but there's always, as we've seen, proof this week, and I don't know what the latest is with the Pittsburgh wide receiver who won the Blitnikoff, but there's always going to be a bigger fish for someone to come scoop a player from you, and then basically, what prevents any player with the way the transfer rules are right now from leaving their school to go to a greener pasture. And really what it's getting ready to be is kind of like Major League Baseball in a way, where like, or even maybe the NBA, but the NBA has a salary cap. I mean, there's no salary cap. That if Lincoln Riley in Los Angeles and these the schools that are already well funded that can add another revenue stream for the NIL and not skip a beat, we all know who those dozen schools are. They're going to be the ones that are going to dominate this area and be able to plug and play, and because they're going to be able to take risk on players that they're paying that end up being duds, and then just replace them with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just going to be a nonstop carousel for them. And then when other schools, whether it be like Pittsburgh or East Carolina or Toledo or whatever, when they get a player that ends up being a stud, then they're going to be able to go to NIL greener pastures. And that's just, once you accept that as reality, then you don't have to you won't be disappointed by resisting that reality. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you accept that this is what college sports,
this is what it is.
It's been no different with coaches before. Now it's just trickled down to players. Now, I did read an interesting article, and I do believe this is like almost the future of college athletics too, is that at some point, I mean, it's such when you're paying the players basically and the coach, everybody's getting paid in this athletic sport. At what point, I mean, it's like, do the universities and colleges, want to say that they can no longer stand by that this is an academic institution and this is directly can be associated with the school as student athletes, and that kind of messaging, where almost like the sports have to like just be a license property of the university, and that basically it's just a business and entity, and that you take away really the student athlete part of it. And then that it's like East Carolina football is associated with East Carolina, but it's not really. There's not really like
there's no academic requirements.
Yes, basically they're employees of the school. No different than like if you.
I don't know if you could do but can you bring in like 28, 35-year-old? Can you bring in anybody at that point?
I mean, and then where does the NCAA fit in with like how do you keep eligibility requirements? So you're saying like, can the Pirates now sign Tyler Snead back to play? Or can they, I don't know. It opens up a whole Pandora's box. But the way it's set up now, it's not sustainable. It's because schools,
for who? For us.
It's not sustainable for anybody. And so, I mean, like,
for Bama?
There's about 12 schools that can be sustainable, because Lincoln Riley, Nick Saban, the guy at LSU, Brian Kelly at LSU, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, the ones out there with as I said, that are adding this extra revenue stream in that can write a check regardless. I mean, like certain schools can't afford to make a mistake being like, oh gosh, we're going to be able to get player X and we're going to pay him $200,000 somehow. But if that player gets hurt or is a dud or
is that even worth it? Like, are you going to get your return on that?
I'm just saying, like, but they can afford to take a mistake,
I guess.
And they can afford to. They have enough money and enough opportunity to figure it out, because some of those schools are committed to win at all cost. Like East Carolina wants to win, but we can't afford to win at all costs, because we could go belly up.
Yeah.
I think certain schools have enough deep pockets where the win at all costs mentality of being like, oh, how much do you need to get, Clip Brock Jr. out here to Los Angeles? Well, I need someone to come up with $200,000. Jimmy will have it for you this afternoon.
And as of right now, is tampering a thing in college sports? Like,
how can it be?
I don't. Like, how many teams or how many people talked to Tristan Newton, you think, while he was playing last season? And
there's just plausible deniability across the board, kind of like it is in the recruiting period, like the way they do recruits now. Like, so Mike Houston can't directly talk to player X at J.H. Rose High School, but Mike Houston can talk to his neighbor,
the handler,
his neighbor who happens to be friends with the coach at J.H. Rose High School, and say, hey, I'm really interested in little Jimmy coming over here. Same thing with the Pitt receiver. Lincoln Riley maybe never has talked to, I can't even think of the guy's name, but the Pitt receiver, but someone associated with the Pitt receiver's best friend has talked to somebody that knows Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, and I mean, this is less than that, but it reminds me of Mike Schwartz when he was first hired, saying, John Gilbert and I spoke about the ECU job for the first time this weekend.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, what did you just say earlier? Your mom loves mafia movies? It reminds me of that. The guy goes for a walk under an umbrella with somebody, and he tells you, and then you go deliver the message.
It's a pay phone involved, a burner phone.
But the boss never talked. The boss never put the hit out.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's just classic. But the whole NIL landscape is absolutely insane. But to answer your question, yes, you need to be a part of the game, but it's just, I don't know how sustainable it is because it's just mass free agency. And then there's going to be some good upside stories for a lot of people, but there's also going to be a lot of downsize, stories where things get burned out.
Mike Houston, in the Hoist the Colors podcast and article, you can check it out, Hoist the Colors, he said, some of the things we're hearing on the road is just outlandish. It's crazy. I can't believe it's made it to this fast. We've had a lot of the transfers just ask us what kind of NIL stuff we have. It's a deal where we don't have a ton going on right now. It's a thing I keep stressing to our alumni that we've got to come together and put some things together if we want to remain relevant.
I think it's a great opportunity for all student athletes or college kids that are playing sports to really focus, and they can become their own business, and they can build their brand on social media, and they can capitalize on it. So I think, one, if you're a good athlete, two, if you're a good person, you can build up a lot of followers, and then you will have a way to be a powerful person of influence to people to help sell products and services in a way to make money that could be sustainable well past your playing career.
Yeah, I mean, Built When Broken is an example of that.
Absolutely,
I would think.
I think it is. I think that Built When 10 years from now, that Built When Broken could still be relevant and still be having a positive impact if that's something that Holton Ahlers wants to do. I think he's off. I mean, it's in the infancy stages now, and he's done fantastic with it. But it's certainly a fantastic idea. I think is it the LSU or Georgia gymnast that has like the 1 million followers. I mean, I think that's a way for her to. She has a great way to capitalize on her name, image, and likeness for a long time selling products and services. So as long as I said, I think it comes down to the Kardashians are the greatest example of not really the greatest people in the world, but the greatest influencers probably in the history of the world of being able to sell products and services and become extremely rich.
And we are having fun with the NIL as a whole is not the devil. We are enjoying it with our Players Lounge on Mondays.
Yes.
Presented by Delcor, and having those guys in, getting to know them. That's been a lot of fun, and I think the listeners have enjoyed it as well. And they are, somewhat compensated. It's not like the receiver going to USC. But they're getting something out of the deal.
Yeah, absolutely, and
they're enjoying it as well.
Yeah, they're Pirate Radio. They're building their brand. They're coming on the radio, and we're talking baseball. Y'all guys are coming up with a lot of great creative questions. I think for something where we are at East Carolina, it's a lot of fun as it's escalated up to the U.S. The college football playoff and a national championship is what you're aiming at, then it's win at all costs. And I think the one thing's going to be interesting, it always used to be like, well, don't be, picking on the players. They're just kids. They're not getting paid. It's going to be harder to defend that when the quarterback has a 6-figure, 7-figure deal. It's just that's where it's going to get to be like when you're at those schools and other things of being like, and there's, pros and cons to all of it too. If certain athletes are doing deals for folks and, they're promoting restaurants, car dealerships, or whoever, and they're not performing, then they're not as valuable. However, if they are performing, it's just like any business deal.
Yeah.
You try to, buy less.
This is going on with coaches forever. How many millions have been spent on bad coaches over the years in sports?
Stupid.
So now, it's happened. It's happened before.
How many cardboard stand-ups of coaches have been in grocery stores and other places that didn't? What do they say? Didn't age well.
Right.
So
it's all not going to work out.
The NIL thing is it's the same thing that's been going on with coaches. My question is, it seems like coaches' salaries have not come down. They continue to go up. Now, players' salaries seem to be starting and going up. Like, at some point, there's got to be a bubble, right? There's got. I mean, at what point does, can East Carolina or whoever continue to give out high six-figure raises to people under current contracts? Or extend, I don't know. And then how sustainable is it to continue this path? And that's the big question, and that's why athletic directors make high six figures, and that's I just think, how does the NCAA, where do they fit in, and how do they maintain their relevancy in all this?
Well, hopefully Ellerbe will get some chunk of change, because Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF are negotiating a $17 to $20 million settlement to join the Big 12 next year. That, according to Brett McMurphy. He adds that Mike Oresco initially sought $35 million from the schools. So that is going on right now as we speak. If they do get that buyout done, they will be heading out after the next calendar year of sports. So basically one more football, basketball, baseball season.
22, 23, and then the 23 football season, they will be in the Big 12.
Yeah.
With which is the wild card, because Oklahoma and Texas leave to go to the SEC. Or are they just going to, because they don't want to pay the exit fee, and they don't really feel any need to pay the exit fee, and they really need to get their stuff together. Oklahoma has a new coach now. Texas hasn't really been lighting the world on fire under Sarkisian, so they need to get their act together before they start rolling to Baton Rouge, Tuscaloosa, the Swamp, and the competition gets a lot harder than rolling to, Kansas and the other schools in the Big 12. So I think the big question is like, it's always funny, and when people, like when Houston was in the NCAA tournament, it was like, well, how much money did East Carolina get out of that?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question, but what is East Carolina doing with that money?
Yeah.
Like, where does that money go? Like, it would be a whole interesting conversation of being like, where it all, like, how are we maintaining, sustaining, and building to get better with all these exit fees and other stuff?
Are you saying we need another deep dive?
No, I mean, like, if those three schools pay $35 million each, and like it just seems like you're just grabbing money out of the air. It's like
it's all fake.
Like it doesn't seem real. Of like, well, what are we going to really do with it? And how much does East Carolina really get? How much do the lawyers get for negotiating it all? How much is the conference keeping? I don't. How much money are we potentially going to lose on our next TV deal with those three schools gone, or is it going to stay the same? So there's just a lot of questions. And the other crazy thing about college athletics too, just like the name, image, likeness, and the coaching carousel and the transfer portal, is every school is in the transfer portal unless you're in the SEC or Big Ten.
What do you mean?
What school in the AAC wouldn't? Oh,
as far as jumping conferences?
Wouldn't leave, yes.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look at how messed up college athletics is across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, the top is the SEC and Big Ten. And if you're not in one of those conferences, if someone came and knocked on your door, you're listening.
The schools are in it. The coaches. Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma.
I know.
And jumped to USC.
Yes.
The administrators, an AD, if John Gilbert was offered the Tennessee job today,
that's what I'm saying. Like, unless you're in the SEC at a high-level position. And even, you see coaches leave the SEC to go be a head coach. And like Mike Schwartz, he left the SEC to come to East Carolina to be a head coach. But like everybody, like if ACC called Vanderbilt would be like, who? Like, no, they would hang up on them. Yeah. But like if the SEC called Duke, they would listen, wouldn't they?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, there's a right amount of money that can be bought.
Yeah,
I think, and I think the same thing. That's where we are in college athletics. And when you accept that, and then you try to realize, well, how sustainable is it? It's only sustainable until like there's a group of people that eventually break away, which is probably where we're headed with all this deal, because there's going to be a big group of schools, and they're already there, that end up having all the money.
Yeah.
And all the ability to buy anybody they want at any other level. And it's very dangerous right now.
Well, Ellerbe, I appreciate the Doomsday segment.
You didn't want to dive into it, but I'm saying, and I
knew you'd be perfect to talk about this stuff.
I think schools like East Carolina, and look, you have to recognize and get back. East Carolina, I said, be who you are, be relevant, and have fun.
I'm with you. A lot of people.
What are we playing for right now? We're playing for a bowl game. What are we playing for in basketball? A winning season, maybe an NIT, and then baseball. We're playing for Omaha.
And all those things are still out there right now.
Right.
What would that look like in the new world? I don't know.
What's really going to change? There's nothing. The only thing that's going to change.
And do basketball and baseball stay the same? Is this just a football thing where everybody breaks off? You think?
Well, I don't know if everybody's if it's gonna take everything with it,
right?
Or how it's gonna work out. But
because we can't lose the NCAA tournament.
Why?
If we lose that, I'm done.
What if the NCAA owns the NCAA tournament right now. What if the SEC just said, "Hey, look, we're going to put on our own tournament and get our own $1 billion deal"?
I do think there will be a split. I hope it's just football if there is one, and we still get the Omaha. We still get the NCAA March Madness.
I think
call it March Madness and not the NCAA tournament.
I think the one thing we're always going to have to accept, no matter pretty much where you are, is that when players come to East Carolina, that they are auditioning for another job somewhere else when they are playing here.
Jaden Gardner, Tristan Newton.
Those we're going to remember those guys, but it may start being 3 or 4 players a year. It may be like there are players hitting the transfer portal now that are basically transferring down to go get playing opportunities. There's not many that are transferring out, and I think it'll be a testament of how good of a job Mike Houston is doing if he's getting that type of talent here, coaching them up and getting them. And unfortunately, to go to the SEC or somewhere else to play.
Well, you also need a coach that understands that. I do like that we have a first-time head coach, a younger guy in Coach Schwartz that knows what he's getting into rather than an older coach who did it one way and could be reluctant to change.
You can't.
With the times.
If you're resisting reality, then you're going to be a failure at this new game. You have to accept it for what it is, and it's all a rental program. Because everybody's eventually trying to be on the move.
Well said, Ellerbe.
Thank you, Clipper.
One question for you.
One question.
If you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
Man, I heard this the other day, and I couldn't really ever think of one, but I think was it Summer that said like being a house dog was pretty chill.
Yeah.
I think being a well-kept house dog would be. I mean, at the end of the day, laying on a couch all day, maybe running outside once or twice to relieve yourself, and sitting in the air conditioner in the heat. And if my owner if I could figure out how to turn the TV on, if I could have the ability to be my inner self and watch sports, maybe listen to pirate radio, that might be my life.
That's the life.
I don't know if I don't hunt or fish. So I don't know if I would do well out in the wild with other wild animals.
Like you're an indoor animal.
Well, I just don't know if
domesticated
an eat or be eaten world. I just don't know if that. I don't know if that's if as an animal, if that's where I would want to be.
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe I'd like a little prepared food.
So Troy D's the lion, and you're the Cocker Spaniel.
Well, I might even go small, be like a toy poodle. Just be a lap dog.
All right. Fair enough. Good stuff. Ellerbe, enjoyed it.
See you next week.
Let's take a time out. Come back. When we return, we'll talk some hockey. We will switch gears from our previous chat and talk about the Hurricanes. Big win last night in Game 1 against the Bruins. We'll talk about their series. Look around the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs with Brooks Hill, our old intern here at Pirate Radio, our resident Caniac. He joins us when we return after this.
Hey, Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Experience next-level adventure with Kawasaki Terex KRX 1000 sports side-by-sides featuring a combination of trail-taming power, sporty performance, and rugged capability. Whichever Terex KRX 1000 model you choose, you'll experience the ability to take on the toughest trails with unmatched comfort and confidence. Kawasaki Terex KRX 1000, your world, your adventure. See them today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Welcome to U.S. Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone. And the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
This is Mike Houston, head football coach at East Carolina University, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year. And they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Let's talk some hockey. Taking a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall Scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
You've got hockey action going on tonight, 4 games. Right now you got one Major League Baseball game, and the Mets have already got a run off Charlie Morton. It is 1-0 as they play in the first inning. 1 out and 2 on for the Mets. But 4 hockey games coming up tonight. Last night, the Hurricanes winning game 1 of 5-1. We'll talk about that now with our old intern here at Pirate Radio, Brooks Hill, the biggest Caniac to ever walk the halls here at Pirate Radio, joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Brooksy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Clipper. Good to hear your voice again. It's the best time of the year. NHL playoffs are back and fully loaded.
And already a Hurricanes win. They go up 1-0 on the Boston Bruins after a 5-1 victory last night, Brooks. And what's your recap of Game 1 as the Hurricanes? Man, it looked like Boston was getting more opportunities, potentially better opportunities early on, and I even tweeted out, it feels like Boston's going to score here, or the Canes are going to get a fluky one. And I don't know if it was fluky, but that first goal was huge to break the seal there.
It definitely was, and Boston came out of the gate hot on the road, which you want to do in Game 1. You try and want to set the tone. They outshot the Hurricanes like 14-10 in the first period, I believe, and they were getting to pucks. A lot of their chances were more high danger than Carolina's, and Ronta stood on his head in the first period. Getting to the locker room at 0-0 was really big for that first intermission, and then something that we saw as the game went along is Carolina using two forwards as a double net front present to make it really hard on the Bruins goaltender, Olmark, to see the puck, and Seth Jarvis gets lucky with a tip, and about 2 minutes later, Niederreiter blows one past him that he never saw.
Brooks Hill joining us. Canes up 1-0 in their series against the Boston Bruins. So, Brooks, as you know, I am a bit of a bandwagon Canes fan. I consider myself a fan, but I'm not locked in the regular season like you and other Caniacs are. But watching the team last night, and maybe I'm wrong, I feel like there was a perception of Carolina here in the last few years where they've gone on playoff runs that they were a fast, and I don't know if finesse is the right word, but did they have enough toughness to make a Stanley Cup playoff championship run? And I feel like last night they were the tougher team. They were checking, very physical, and have they grown in that regard, you think, over the last few years, Brooks, to become a more physical team?
It's funny you say that. I was talking with some people who were at the game last night, getting their opinions. Actually, I knew 3 different groups of people from the Greenville area who all were going separate to the game, so that was pretty cool to see some former classmates of mine getting involved in making the trip down to Raleigh for the hockey game. I think the toughness of the Hurricanes has definitely improved. I don't know if you caught it, but Svechnikov last night and also this entire year has upped his physicality, really slotting himself as like a true power forward on the hockey team. And, they went out at the trade deadline and they got Max Domi for nearly nothing. They're only paying a quarter of his salary, which is a steal. And, he's the son of Ty Domi, who's third all-time in NHL penalty minutes. So toughness runs in his blood. He also has some nice mitts where he can dangle around some defenders and put the puck in the net. But they really tried to go get a physical body who can score. You can slot Domi anywhere in the lineup, and he's going to fit in and contribute. But I noticed it last night watching the game, too, that there was a lot of bodies flying around, and I think the MO, if you were playing Carolina this year, was, if you get after them and you hit them around, they're going to get off their game. They're not a physical team. They don't respond. And I think they kind of put that to rest last night with, okay, you can hit, we can hit too, and they can keep pace up in the physicality section of the game.
Brooks Hill joining us. The dominance over the Bruins continues, and the score disparity this year from those two teams. What did I hear on the broadcast last night, Brooks? It was like 21 to what is it? 21-3, 21-5, something like that.
It is, if you count last night's playoff game, it is 21-2 games this year.
What is that about? I mean, how do they have the dominance over this team?
So it's the systems that the teams run, and you're not going to really see a team change a system. The Hurricanes are a very heavy forechecking team. What Boston prides themselves on this year, and which is kind of the anomaly from last night's game, is coming into last night's game, Boston had the best 5-on-5 even-strength defense in the NHL. And all the goals last night for Carolina came at even strength if you don't count the empty netter when, I guess, technically they're down a man, but, empty net. So, asterisk besides that one. The story's always been the penalty kill this season. The penalty kill went 3 for 3 last night for Carolina, came up big. And if you can kill penalties, it throws the momentum back in your favor. It also frustrates teams that send out their 5 best players on the ice to go get a goal. And I noticed a couple times with Boston, is they're leaving their guys out there for 90 seconds out of the 120 that they're out there on the power play. They're just trying to bang pucks in, get to the net. And Hurricanes did a good job of locking down, not letting the guy in front of the net get his hands free for deflections or rebounds. I thought Ronta did a good job of slowing the game down when he knew his team needed a whistle. I was like, you know what, I'll just cover this up and let's go take a TV timeout instead of just trying to play this puck and keep the clock running.
Brooks Hill joining us, talking Canes, Bruins, and Carolina, the big winner last night over Boston. And one thing I heard out of the gate on the broadcast last night, Brooks, is how bad Boston has been on the power play and how great the Canes have been defensively on the power play. Number 1 team defensively in the NHL, and that certainly showed up last night as well.
It did. As I said, Boston goes 0 for 3. Boston had actually just recently had an 0 for 39 streak on the power play that got broken up in the last week of the regular season. And now some of that has to do with David Pastrnak not being available for a lot of those games. He was coming off an injury, but Pastrnak did play good last night. He didn't tally a point, as Taylor Hall was the only one to score for the Bruins. But Marchand, Bergeron, and Pastrnak, they got split up about halfway through the year. They were always that top line for Boston. And Bruce Cassidy, the Bruins head coach, wanted to switch things up a little bit. They were having some trouble with scoring, and they wanted to split up that top line to see if they could get some depth scoring that the Hurricanes got this year in the regular season. That was something to be excited about. And unfortunately for Cassidy and the Bruins, they just weren't able to really string any pucks into the net. Ronta stood on his head. That's not to be undermined. Ronta played a heck of a game in that first period, and getting to the locker room 0-0 after the first period was a big factor.
Yeah, and how about the goaltending moving forward, Brooks? And we've seen these Canes playoff runs in the past where they have used multiple goalies, maybe leaned on one at certain times, but we've certainly seen them use multiple goalies in the playoffs. So this year with Anderson out, what does it look like behind Ronta, and what do you think they do here moving forward?
So we're going with Antti Rantala for Game 2 on Wednesday. I believe give up 1 goal on 35 shots. I think you deserve to play another game. And so Peter Kochetkov, who came over from the KHL at the end of the KHL season this year over in February, signed his contract, and he went to the Chicago Wolves, the Hurricanes minor league team. When Anderson got hurt, they called up Kochetkov, and he is 3-0 in the games that he's played this year, so he's hot to come into the NHL, but obviously not a lot of sample size to dissect everything like that. And they have also recalled Jack LaFontaine, who played 2 games earlier in the season for the Hurricanes, but then got assigned to Chicago coming straight out of Michigan, I believe. Michigan and Minnesota is where he played his NCAA hockey. So they have 3 goalies with them who are going to practice, and LaFontaine now is, I guess, technically the 3rd-team goalie with Anderson out if someone does unfortunately get hurt. But I think Anderson is going to make a comeback here soon. It might not be round 1, but should the Hurricanes advance to round 2, I think we will see Frederik Anderson in between the pipes again.
Good stuff from Brooks Hill, our resident Caniac, joining us here on Pirate Radio Live. Brooks, last night during the first period intermission, I said, who is your pick to win the Stanley Cup in 2022, excluding the Hurricanes? And the answers were Avalanche, Flames, Maple Leafs, Florida, Calgary, Florida, Avalanche, Lightning, Avalanche. So a lot of Avalanche and some Florida here, Tampa. My point is, like, I think we had less championship picks in our March Madness pool that we did with 68 teams than this 16-team Stanley Cup playoff, and a lot of Avalanche there, but it kind of shows how, I guess, much parity there is in the Stanley Cup playoffs. When you get there, it's like people describe it as a whole nother season almost, right?
It is. You have to throw out your regular season stats. Now, you want the guys who performed well in the regular season to continue to perform well in the playoffs, but you never know what's going to happen. A lot of series are determined by depth scoring, like Nino Niederreiter. Technically, he's on the third line, had 24 tucks, though, in the regular season, and got the eventual game-winning goal in Game 1 of the playoffs. You know, that's his sixth career game-winning goal in a playoff, so he's been there for the moment. Teuvo Teravainen has 15 goals now in his playoff career with Hurricanes and Chicago back when he was a rookie. Things like that. You see Vincent Trocheck pick up his pace, and the greatest thing about it is you didn't have your leading scorer or your leading point getter get a point last night, except for Aho on the empty net goals. So depth scoring is really what advances teams further on in the playoffs. But to answer your question about who I think is going to win, obviously I want the Hurricanes to win. I think Colorado is built to win. They have good offense and defense. I think why Florida will not win is because I don't think the high-scoring affair that Florida has been able to put on all year doesn't sustain well in playoff games. Now, there might be a game like last night. A team scores 5 goals, but that's not the normal in the playoffs. You typically see lower-scoring games, and I think Florida's defense is not as good as Colorado's. Their offense can go toe-to-toe, but it's going to be a matter of, okay, what goaltender gets hot, and can we play good team defense in front of them?
Looking at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard from last night, Canes beat the Bruins 5-1. Maple Leafs all over the Lightning 5-0. Blues blanked the Wild 4-0, and the Kings beat the Oilers 4-3. Coming up tonight, Brooks, those Avalanche you talk about, big favorites over the Predators at 9:30. It'll be Stars at Flames late night. Earlier games are Penguins at Rangers, Capitals at Panthers. If I'm only watching one of those tonight, what's your favorite series out of those, Brooks?
I would probably have to say the Penguins-Rangers because that pertains particularly to the Boston-Carolina series. The winner of Boston-Carolina will play the winner of Pittsburgh-New York. I think New York will advance over Pittsburgh. I think New York is just better this year. And Igor Shesterkin is a very good goalie who will be a Vezina finalist for goaltender of the year. And other than that, I'm thinking about the West Coast games really quickly just off the top of my head of what I'm thinking. And I liked the West Coast games last night. I think Colorado will probably win their series in 5. And I think Calgary will do the same over Dallas. So I'm not as interested in those two. But I think Washington will steal 2 of them from Florida. I could see Washington winning both of their home games. Florida had the best home record in the entire NHL this year. So I would imagine that Florida wins their home games and maybe steals Game 6 up in Washington to win it in 6. But I'm excited for the Rangers-Pittsburgh out of all the Day 2 playoff festivities.
Playoff crowds are the best, Brooks. I've enjoyed it in the NBA. It was great seeing PNC rocking last night. And that, they call it the loudest barn in the league. Outside of the atmosphere at PNC, what's the best environment in the NHL? What building is going to be rocking the loudest this postseason?
Well, Scotiabank Arena got really big last night up in Toronto, but, there's a whole lot of pressure to do good in Toronto. It's the hockey capital of the world. But their environment's always not the best. They have a lot of people who just sit on their hands. As we say in the hockey world, they're a bunch of suits sitting in the lower levels and they're not fans. I would have to say Colorado has a really good one, but Minnesota this year, that place in the XL Center, that place is going to be rocking. That's the state of hockey. They traded for Marc-Andre Fleury at the deadline. They did get blanked last night, but that's just Game 1. It's a 7-game series for a reason. So I'd either go XL Center or Madison Square Garden this year for the Rangers because it looks like the Rangers' rebuild is over. And they were good enough to finish second in the Metropolitan Division, only falling behind the Canes by about 4 or 5 points. So either Madison Square Garden or XL Center are the 2 places to watch for environment.
Well, Brooks, you've certainly grown up. You told me off the air that you could not attend last night's game due to real-world obligations. So proud of you for that. But you said if it gets to a Game 5, you will try to be going to that one. And I believe you said you think it will get to a Game 5. So and you like the Canes to win this series. How many games do you think it'll take?
Truly, I think that it's going to be 6. I think that's my safe number, is say 6. I hope it doesn't get to 7 because all bets are off when you get to 7. You just got to throw everything out of the window, kind of just got to ride whatever team is hot. I see the Bruins going to Jeremy Swayman tomorrow night, switching goalies, just to try to switch things up a little bit. And I think that there's still one in Boston, I will say. I think the Hurricanes can close it out in a closer contest tomorrow night to go up 2-0 at home. But I'd say 6, and they win it up in Boston.
Brooks, great stuff. Great to hear from you. Let's do it again during this playoff season. Tell everybody what you're up to these days. What are you doing now?
Oh, so as we've mentioned, I'm wrapping up my high school lacrosse coaching this week, last regular season, and we got playoffs starting next week with North Raleigh Christian Academy. So shout out all my guys over there who've been putting in the hard effort and listened to me yelling for the entire spring since Valentine's Day. I recently accepted a job for the summer with the Wilson Tobbs. A lot of people at Pirate Radio and ECU familiar with that. I will be the Director of Media Relations and Broadcasting, so essentially the number 1 broadcaster for the Tobbs this summer. This is my second time working for the Tobbs, first time getting the promotion, and first time being the true number 1 where I got to hire my own team and everything like that. So excited. First time calling, I guess, my own shot for the media department with the Tobbs. So big thanks to Mike Bell, the general manager over there. And hopefully the Tobbs can have a good season, make it a good, fun summer to remember, and we'll see what happens after the summer season.
That's awesome, Brooks. Keep up the great work, man, and we'll track you down here in the next week or so and talk more hockey with you here as the Canes look to make a run in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs. Brooks, we will talk to you again soon, man. Good to hear from you.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Brooks Hill joining us, Brooksy, and we'll talk more Canes hockey with him throughout this postseason, planning on them making a little run here. And again, kind of a bandwagoner. Watched the entire game last night, and it was awesome, and really enjoyed it. So they will be back in action Wednesday night. Come on out, AJ McMurphy's, and we'll have a little watch party while we play sports trivia. So we'll be checking out the Canes coming up on Wednesday night. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 1, and get you set for hour number 2 here on Pirate Radio Live. More to go after this.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. What's new, Dr. Jones?
Yes, we just added 6,000 more square feet of gym space where we're now able to offer our athletic movement programs. They're age-specific programs that help you develop speed, power, agility, and strength to give you that athletic edge. So come by and see us at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness on Arlington Boulevard or check us out online at kptonline.com. That's kptonline.com.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to celebrate graduation with Wings Over by ordering a large tray of wings, tenders, and waffle fries. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Interbanks Home Builders Association presents Home and Garden Expo 2022 coming up on Saturday, June 4th. And now is your chance to be a part of it. Have a booth or be a sponsor of this new and improved exciting event to be held on Saturday, June 4th at Minges Coliseum. Indoor and outdoor exhibit space is available to accommodate everyone. And for more information or to sign up, please visit Interbanks Home Builders Association's website at ibxhba.org. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, get hype. Minji's going to be rocking Home and Garden Expo coming your way.
2022, baby.
We're going to be in Section 213?
Section 213, Home and Garden. Are you a home guy or a garden guy?
Both, baby.
Yeah.
I'm both.
Can't have one without the other.
That's right.
Girl. You're a home. What's up, home girl?
I'm a home girl.
You my home girl.
What's up?
I heard,
oh, here we go.
Here
we go.
Nah.
Say it.
I was going to go garden, and then what they used to call Shirley.
Oh, you mean the garden hoe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I haven't heard that joke a million times.
But you're my homegirl. So I ain't going to say that.
All right.
Okay. Shirley always knows where I'm going.
Well, I've worked with you long enough. I kind of follow your train of thought most days.
All right. I tell you what, Shea Ward is going to join us later on this hour. So Shirley, let's hook up with Billy Weaver right now.
Okay.
On the Pirate Radio Live line.
I thought we were closing the hour out.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, because we're short a break right now.
Chandler always knows where I need to go. Thank you, Chandler. Way to go, man.
Yes, sir.
You You are on the
Getting
ball.
chants behind us and everything.
The ball. What was the chant?
Do it again, CJ.
What was your chant?
Let's go, Chandler.
Home and garden.
Bum, 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 bum.
2022. All right. So
Saturday, June 4th.
All right. This is how we wrap up this segment.
Well, you know, I don't blame you for getting confused. Now, you and Ellerbe went a pretty good ways there in the first segment. It went past the 3:30 mark. So,
yeah, y'all did talk a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll connect with Billy Weaver. How about that? Doing a little rearranging on the fly. Still playing on Shea Ward dropping in and Bryce Williams in hour number 3. Billy Weaver joins us when we return hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live after this.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
It's back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back, and it's on for Thursday, September 1st.
This season will be Pirate Radio's 20th football season, broadcasting as the voice of the Pirate Nation. And we are back, throwing the best party of the year, just days before the Pirates take on the Pack in Greenville.
Save the date and plan to join us on Thursday, September 1st for the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light.
We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
The Inner Banks Home Builders Association presents Home and Garden Expo 2022. Now is your chance to be a part of it. Have a booth or be a sponsor of this new and improved, exciting event to be held Saturday, June 4th at Minges Coliseum in Greenville. Indoor and outdoor exhibit space is available to accommodate everyone. For more information or to sign up today, please visit the Inner Banks Home Builders Association website at ibxhba.org. That's ibxhba.org.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Hey, Troy here with my buddy Cam from Tailgate Classics, the only vintage store here in Greenville selling all types of cool stuff. Cam, you got something new for folks, too, that just hit.
Yes, sir. If you guys have had some good times back in the 90s at some of your favorite places like Grog's, The Elbow, and tons of other old businesses, we're doing a retro line of T-shirts that are available now.
Fantastic. So if you enjoyed hanging out at those places, now you can wear the gear. How can folks find you online too?
That's shoptailgateclassics.com or come see us in person at 304 Evans Street.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. And if you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility as well. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World, across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on PRL here, hour number 2 of our program. Mets currently beating the Braves, but I will brag to Billy Weaver about the Braves knocking off the Mets last night, as we'll talk some baseball, some NASCAR, a little NFL draft as well. Billy Weaver, my cohort on the U.S. Sailor Fifth Quarter Call-In Show, joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Weave, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Doing great. And let's start with some NFL draft talk. Weave and I, fans of the now Washington Commanders, and they go out, get a receiver in the first round, a defensive tackle, another Alabama boy to add to that defensive line where there was a bunch of them. And eventually, Weave, they grab a quarterback. Now, they got one this offseason to start, and that's going to be Carson Wentz. But perhaps looking down the line, get a guy late that had early round potential throughout his college career, Sam Howell, the quarterback from North Carolina. So what did you think of that move and overall what the Commanders did in the draft?
A little bit surprising about that move, particularly because I think going into the draft, it was pretty evident, and Ron Rivera had stated that the target was kind of twofold. With getting Carson Wentz during the off season, they wanted to protect him, and they also wanted to give him some more weapons, and they did that as far as the weapons part with the first round draft pick of Dotson, the wide receiver. They actually traded down and still got a really good wide receiver because it was a very wide receiver heavy draft. So the Commanders knew that they could do that and kind of stockpile a couple of back end picks on that, which they did. I really thought by doing that, then they would go out and get somebody on the offensive line to kind of protect Carson Wentz. But then they wait until the 7th round and get Chris Paul out of Tulsa, and you don't think that that's going to be a guy that's going to come in and make an immediate impact. So I was a little bit surprised with that, but with Sam Howell being there, available when they were able to pick him, I think that's a good pick because Taylor Heineke, I just don't think that he's the answer long term. He's a good backup right now, so I think it's a good situation for Sam Howell to come in, learn under Carson Wentz, and who knows? I mean, the sky's the limit with Sam Howell. He's got potential, like you said. There was talk of him being a first round draft pick at one point. So I think overall, I'm happy with the draft. I just would have liked to have had a little bit more or an earlier pick up front for the Commanders to protect Carson Wentz. I think he's going to need it this year.
Billy, we were joining us. Yeah, when you get Howell when you did, I'm okay with that. And I keep going back to this. We talked to Emory Hunt, CBS Sports HQ, and Football Game Plan a few weeks ago, and going into the draft, and he said this is a pretty solid backup quarterback draft. And at the time, I was thinking, well, why are teams going to spend first round picks on guys that could be backups? Well, I guess the NFL teams agreed with Emory there, and we saw these quarterbacks go late. Kenny Pickett, the only one taken in the first round. And I just wondered the amount of, it's almost like playing poker. Teams are bluffing that they're going to take Willis early or take slide in the first round to get Matt Corral or Desmond Ridder. And if you're the Steelers or the Titans, when they ended up getting Willis or any of these other teams, you're kind of banking on these teams bluffing about taking a quarterback. So I'd love to hear the background on all the misinformation, I guess, that teams were going to take quarterbacks in the first round, because we just didn't see it happen this year.
Yeah, because everybody's always looking for that sexy pick in the first round, and those are usually quarterbacks, and they're usually guys that, you know, are major game changers, and we didn't have that this year. And, you know, the draft has always been kind of that, you know, poker game and who's got the best poker face. And then it's also a spin game as well, because those guys that are getting the Desmond Ritters and the, you know, in the later rounds are sitting there saying, okay, we got a great pick. We got a great pick late. We, you know, we did our homework kind of thing. So the draft is always fun. It really is. This year it was just a little bit different, that you didn't have those quote-unquote sexy picks. So you didn't have, heck, we didn't even know who was going to go number 1 overall, and that's very rare going into a draft. Usually going into draft day, you've got a pretty good understanding and a pretty good idea of who's going first, second, and third usually, and that just wasn't the case this year.
When it comes to the Pirates weave, Jaquan Mcmillan getting some guaranteed money, did not get drafted, but was picked up immediately by the Broncos. And Denver, I guess, had him highlighted. They brought him in for an interview. Sounds like they really wanted him, thought they could get him after the draft, and locked him down. It looks like DJ Ford is going to get a chance, a tryout with the Jets, so hopefully he can make it and make it into off-season camp and potentially the preseason. And then, as far as I know, Tyler Snead just still sitting out there, Weave. You were hoping he would get picked up as an undrafted free agent, but starting to wonder what his football future looks like at this point.
Yeah, you hate that for him, because that was a situation where, you know, you were hoping that he was going to get picked up on somewhere, that he was getting some good information out there, but right now it's just he's sitting out there waiting on a team. And, you know, undrafted free agency, it's you know, speaking of crapshoots, I mean, that is a crapshoot in itself. You just never know what you're going to get. So you wish the best for him, and hopefully he'll get picked up somewhere, because you know, those are life-altering decisions that you make, and ones that you look back on and say, you know, did I make the right decision by leaving early and going into the NFL? So we'll have to see on the Tyler Snead situation.
Billy, we were joining us on the Pirate Radio live line when I think Pirate football and talking about those players and doing interviews. One guy you got to go through, Weave, to do all that is Tom McClellan, and saw the news last night that he was switching occupations and leaving East Carolina, and he has been there since I've been here. Now, you've been around longer than me, Weave, but Tom has always been that go-to when you need a coach, when you need a player, and what a professional. And I really hated to hear that news. I still like seeing him around at baseball games when I'm doing PA and talking to him about random stats and random players, and he goes back a long ways with East Carolina, and he's certainly going to be missed. He was great at what he did.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tom McClellan, one of the best in the business, and you know, it was always nice going on road trips, and Tom McClellan was there, because if you ever needed any information, the thing I loved about Tom McClellan is if you ever had a question about anything, any kind of history of East Carolina, you needed a quick stat or whatever, all you had to do was text Tom, and if he didn't know the answer right off the top of his head right then, he was always back to you within 5-10 minutes and let you know what the information that you needed. And you know, in our business, you know, when I was with WITN, that was invaluable. It really was, because when you're getting stories out, you want accurate information, and he was always very thorough and very accurate, did a great job with putting their media guides together. Of course, anytime you went up into the press box at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, there was Tom McClellan, and he was always there ready to help, always had a smile on his face. So the good thing is he's staying right here in Eastern North Carolina. He's going to be with Pitt County Schools. So I actually texted him last night when after I saw the news sort of break on social media, and I texted him pretty late, and I got a text back this morning, and he said thanks, and you know, hopefully our paths will cross again, and I'm sure they will. But what a great asset East Carolina University had with Tom McClellan. So it'll be interesting to see which direction they go in now, because you know, the sports information departments at universities are kind of like sports departments at local TV stations. They're starting to dwindle down a lot.
Big time, yeah.
they're starting to focus their resources in different avenues at universities as far as getting media content out and dealing with the media, because obviously the media departments, the sports departments at local TV stations are shrinking. So it's just become a different game. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction East Carolina goes in now with their SID.
Yeah, that's a good point, Weave. And just you hadn't been out of the TV biz long, but even since you left, Tom stepping down, Jody Jones left East Carolina to head over to Chapel Hill. We've lost Pat, who handled the women's basketball and other sports at East Carolina. There's been a lot of people drop just since you have been out of it. I bet if you looked at the list of SIDs now, you wouldn't recognize most of the names at East Carolina.
No, I wouldn't at all, probably. So, there's, I don't know, Malcolm Gray's been over there for a while. He's kind of
last man standing, Malcolm.
Yeah, and Malcolm, speaking of doing a great job, and that's the one thing when I was just saying that every time you walked into the press box at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, there was Tom McClellan, but then again, there was Malcolm right there as well.
Yeah.
Clark LeClaire Stadium is his home. He's kind of owns that press box there, so it's nice to see Malcolm still on board, and hopefully he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Billy, we were joining us on the Pirate Radio Live Line. It was great to be out at Clark LeClaire over the weekend. We even see a sweep, East Carolina taking down Cincinnati in 3 games, and game 1, kind of what we expected, a lot of runs, and then credit to the Pirate pitching on Saturday and Sunday for holding those really good Cincinnati bats down and getting a much-needed sweep over the weekend.
Yeah, it was, and I think they improved to 11-4 in the AAC, staying at the top of the conference standings. That's good. I mean, you look at their overall record, 27-18 overall. It's not anything that's eye-popping, and going into the season, I think most East Carolina fans would have thought that the Pirates would be in a little bit better situation overall. And that's not the case, but you got to look at the competition as well. I mean, they've played some really tough out-of-conference competition. They've played some tough conference opponents as well, and Cincinnati, being the second time that they faced them in a series this season, and to be able to sweep them at home and put that broom up on the outfield lamppost, that was nice. And now they go on the road. This week's a little bit different because there's no midweek game because of exams, but once they get past exams, you got Memphis, and then it's kind of smooth sailing as far as the academics part of it goes after that, because then it's what we call, they go into the pro season. And these guys, basically, after exams, they become full-time college baseball players.
Yeah.
So that's nice, and I know, Cliff Godwin and the guys over there always look forward to that because they put so much emphasis with these baseball players on academics. The academics at East Carolina with baseball is second to none, and that's something they take very seriously over there. So once they can get the academics out of the way and focus 100% on baseball, that's when it becomes a lot of fun at East Carolina, and that's when they're going to make that, that hard charge towards another conference title.
Billy, we were joining us. We've, you know me, I like to twist the knife, stir it up a little bit, and I have a lot of Mets fans that follow me on social media. So last night on Twitter, I put, welcome back to reality, Mets, as the Braves beat them last night. Credit to all those people that didn't take the bait and respond. I had a couple Mets fans. One just gave me the middle finger emoji. And but as the great April that the Mets have, still 5 games up on the Braves here early in the season, got off to a great start. I'll give the Mets credit for this, Weave. I don't know. I love Buck Showalter. I just feel like, things could go south for your Mets, as they tend to do as the season goes on, but you got a steady head there in the clubhouse, in the dugout, and that's something you at least got to be happy about.
Yeah, I think Buck Showalter seems to be the right fit for the Mets. And, right now, it's funny, I was looking on ESPN.com, and, they've got their April grades out right now, where they grade every team in Major League Baseball, of course, from A to F- or whatever. And the 2 top teams, there's no A pluses, but there are 2 A's, and they go to the New York teams. So New Yorkers are feeling really good right now with the Yankees and the Mets, and they've got the Mets playoff odds at 86.5%. And we've talked about this before, where the Mets always seem to do well right out of the gates, then injuries happen, and then all kinds of other stuff happens and everything. The Mets seem to just fall apart after about May. We still haven't gotten to that point yet, but I don't know. Something about this season seems maybe a little bit different. Their rotation right now is second best ERA in April, behind only the LA Dodgers. Francisco Lindor, that's nice to see his resurgence. I think he hit 4 home runs and drove in about 14 runs in April. That's much better than last year when he first joined the Mets, when he was supposed to be, the guy there, and just he struggled a lot last season. So it's nice to see that. The addition of Max Scherzer, the guy's 4-0 this year.
Yeah.
So the Mets are looking good, but I'm always cautiously optimistic when it comes to the Mets because I've seen this movie before. So as of right now, everything's looking good with the Mets. And I did want to ask you too. Didn't you pick the Mets?
I had them in the wins pool in April. Yeah.
Okay. How'd that work out for you?
Well, Mets were great. Angels and Rockies were big surprises, but I took the White Sox with my first round pick weave, and they lost at one point like 11 games in a row. And the other team I had was the worst team in baseball, the Reds. So I ended up losing by a couple games. But the Mets did all they could for me, so I got to give them credit. And you mentioned Max Scherzer. I can't remember who said this the other day, but somebody told me, that guy's going to pitch till he's like 55 and probably still be good when he's 55.
Yeah, there are some guys that are just like that. I mean, you remember Nolan Ryan? He pitched late into his years, and some of your Braves guys with Smoltz and Maddox and Glavine. If I remember correctly, those 3 guys lasted a long time.
Well, Glavine had some pretty good years wearing the black Mets jersey in the late '90s, early mid 2000s.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, there are a lot of guys that have really done some great things, that have pitched well into, late into their career. So I could see that being the case for Max Scherzer. And hey, I'll take that 4-0 start anytime. I mean, he's got 42 strikeouts now, so he's still getting it done on the mound.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, and I hate to even mention the word, but I kind of did earlier with the injury situation, because that's always been a situation for the Mets.
Always.
It's been like their Achilles heel. So hopefully, if the Mets can stay relatively healthy, which they've not been able to do the last few years, they can make a run. And I like that 86.5% chance of making the playoffs this season.
Billy Weaver joining us. What is the ratio of skill to luck in NASCAR? And I mean, there's a lot of equipment and driver skill, so it's like any sport. There's a little luck involved. But I'm watching yesterday in Dover, and Kyle Busch, they keep having restarts. He's jumping out in front of everybody. It looks like he's going to win that race. And then he goes to a pit under green, and the worst possible luck ever, there hadn't been a caution in a while. There's a caution right when he goes. So then he's stuck all the way at the back. Chase Elliott ends up winning the race. But, I mean, that's a brutal luck deal, right? When a guy is cruising and there hadn't been a caution in laps and laps and laps, and finally he decides to pit, and boom, there's the caution, and that's it for him. Didn't have enough time to catch up.
Yeah, there's an old saying that, I'd rather be lucky than good, and in most cases that's usually true, but in NASCAR you got to be lucky and you got to be good. And it depends not only just the situation, but the tracks. Obviously at places like Talladega and Daytona, you get unlucky and get caught up in somebody else's mess and you're done for the day. I mean, you've seen that happen time and time again. And then situations with pitting, especially if you're pitting during a green flag cycle, you go down pit road on the green flag, caution comes out, and guess what? You get shafted. I mean, that's just the way of NASCAR, and you hate to see those situations, but that's just the way it is. Now, Kyle Busch, you got to remember, a couple races ago went from third to the win on the last lap. Yep. The 2 guys in front of him got tangled up.
So it all evens out in the long run, you think?
Right. That's what I was getting to. Everything seems to always even out in the long run, and Kyle Busch has had his fair share of lucky situations, and he's going to have more of those, and he's going to have more disappointments as well, and some bad luck too. So it just happens, even with fuel mileage races, that happens too. Guys run out of gas or miscalculate on a fuel run. So that's just kind of the lay of the land with NASCAR.
And I'll say this too: we couldn't listen to it yesterday because it was during our show and while we were preparing for the show, so I had it on mute. But I was watching it. It was a couple races ago when Mike Joy was leading the call as always, and Clint Boyer and Dale Jr. were his broadcast partners on that particular race, and that was about the most I enjoyed a broadcast. Mike Joy is awesome. I think Clint Boyer is really good, Weave. He's been a great addition to the booth. He's fun to listen to, and Dale Jr. is about as excited as he gets in the booth. Sounds like he's in a car the entire time. So really enjoyed those guys, and I know Boyer is a regular now. I really enjoy him, and it was good to hear Dale Jr. join the Fox guys for a race.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. It's funny that you bring that up because this coming weekend at Darlington, every year at Darlington now they've kind of gone to a tradition of throwback. Darlington have the throwback paint schemes. You've seen where the announcers will dress in 70s outfits or 80s gear or whatever, and the whole theme around the entire weekend is throwback. And this weekend's going to be really fun at Darlington because Bill Elliott, Richard Petty, and Bobby Labonte are going to be joining the broadcast for Fox on Sunday, so that's going to be a whole lot of fun. I don't know how good they are in the broadcast booth. They could be outstanding, or they could be boring as all get out. We don't know. The cool thing is that one of those guys is going to join the broadcast. Going to do it at the same time. Each one of those Hall of Famers will join the broadcast for each stage, and Bill Elliott's going to have the final stage. So with that being said, I'm going to make a bold prediction that Chase Elliott will win a second consecutive race, and he'll win it at Darlington as Bill Elliott is calling the final lap.
Oh, my goodness.
Sort of reminiscent of when Dale Jarrett won the Daytona 500. Oh no, I'm sorry, Michael Waltrip. When Michael Waltrip won the Daytona 500, and Darrell called it. And
let's go, Mikey! Or
yeah, and you remember that was the last lap at Daytona when Dale Sr. died and hit the wall, and it was elation to kind of heartbreak in one moment for Darrell Waltrip. So hopefully that won't be the situation this weekend at Darlington, but I'm predicting that Bill Elliott will be calling Chase Elliott to victory at Darlington.
I just can't wait for the NASCAR fans and or people like Redbeard who hate Chase Elliott and the conspiracy theorists out there to say how rigged it is, Bill Elliott calling a Chase Elliott win. That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, well, Chase Elliott's going to have some competition, though, because Denny Hamlin's done very well there. He won the last race there in the fall last year, and he's won 3 races there, 2 of the last 4 races. So Denny Hamlin's going to have something to say about that. But it's going to be a good race. It always is. Darlington there's a reason they call it too tough to tame. You're not driving against the other drivers. You're always driving against the track, and that's the tough thing about Darlington. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good Mother's Day weekend down in South Carolina.
Weave, great stuff, man. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you again soon, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Billy Weaver joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a time out, come back, talk some Pitt Community College baseball as they get set for postseason play coming up a couple of days from now. Shea Ward joins us in the Pirate Radio studios. And yes, the name Shea comes from Shea Stadium. He's wearing a Mets hat. And the Mets are beating the Braves right now 4-1 on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Presented by Dub Up.
Dub Up.
We'll have some other scores for you. And talk some baseball with Shea Ward when we return after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a Black Tie Gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you here on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live as the Braves cannot turn the 4-6-3. It is a fielder's choice. Mets leading the Braves 4-1 in the fourth inning. Let's talk to Met fan and Pitt Community College baseball player Shea Ward, who joins us here in the Pirate Radio studio. Shay, how you doing, man?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Welcome back. Doing good. And Shay, as a Mets fan, do you look at the start of the season and say, man, we're looking good, we got some here, or do you go back to your previous Mets fandom and say this is going to screw up somehow? Like, can you enjoy this right now?
Right now I can, but I know that the Mets will be the Mets at some point and probably somehow lose the lead and not even be in the playoffs.
Hey, great start, though. And as I was saying to Met fan Billy Weaver, love Buck Showalter. You a Buck fan?
I am. Huge Buck fan. Love that he's a player coach. He's not just there because he has to be. He kind of wants to be there and help all the guys that are there right now.
And has a history of building up teams and is trying to build up these New York Mets. All right, Shea, let's talk about what you're doing on the diamond. And been another great year for Tommy Easton's Pitt Community College Bulldogs as you get ready for the conference tournament. How did the 2022 regular season go for you guys this year?
Went great. I don't know what the final ranking was, but last week we were 11th in the nation and dropped 2, so I'm sure we'll be about 15, but ended well, 33-9.
33-9, pretty solid. And Shea, you do a little bit of everything. What's your primary position?
Primary position's third base, and then I also pitch a little as well.
Yeah, I've seen you on the mound. How'd you do on the mound this year?
Pretty good. It was a little up and down. This is my first year actually pitching since about junior year of high school, so 4-year gap. I'm not too glad about how I did, but that's fine.
For your first time in a while, did pretty good.
Right.
And you said they might be calling your number at some point this weekend because you've got the conference tournament. It's double elimination, so you're going to be playing a lot of games in a short amount of time, right?
That is correct. All 9 innings. So
where are you guys going to be this weekend?
Morehead City at the Marlin Stadium.
And this will be the Region 10 tournament, Region X tournament?
Correct.
What seed are you guys?
We are the 2 seed in the East Division.
All right. And when do you play Game 1?
Game 1 will be Thursday at 10 a.m. against Cleveland.
You like the early start there?
I do and I don't. I do just because we don't have any time to lay around and be lazy, so we can go ahead and get it out of the way and hopefully get a win and have the rest of the day to enjoy that.
So only one game a day?
Yes.
Until, I guess, maybe, do you play any doubleheaders if you get to the end of it?
I'm sure if we lose one, which we're not really thinking about right now, but if we lose one, we might have to play a doubleheader along the road.
How about just one game a day for 4 days?
That sounds good to me.
Call it a
Sounds
tournament.
like a plan.
So if you guys are able to get out of this tournament and win it, what's next on the agenda?
We will have a home series against whoever wins Region 8, which is 2 teams from Florida, a team from Alabama, and another team from I don't even know where. Whoever wins that will come to Pitt Community College if we were obvious to win it. And that's a 3-game series. Whoever wins that goes to Oklahoma for the World Series.
So best of 3 series, that would be next weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
And then on to Oklahoma. Have you, I'm trying to get my years right, have you been out to the World Series, the Junior College World Series?
I have not. We were 1 win away last year.
Yeah, okay.
So hopefully we can get over that hump this year and make it there.
Yeah. Who are the standouts for you guys along with yourself on PCC this year? Who had big years?
Big year for us is Cannon Piquel, pitcher. He's from Central Florida Community College, went to Carolina the year before that. He's been a huge starter for us. I think he's like 11-0 with a sub 1.5 ERA, bunch of punch outs, about 15K per 9. Local guys, Robbie O'Neill, who just committed to Old Dominion University today, actually.
Awesome.
Houston Kuhn batted .497, wanted that 500. He committed to Coastal Carolina earlier in the year. Another local guy, Riker Glasgow's been swinging it well. Our lineup's been doing really well this year. Hopefully we can carry that into the tournament.
And Shea, what is next for you as far as your baseball career? Is that to be determined?
To be determined. Hopefully Division I baseball, but we'll see. We still got this tournament to go and then some summer ball to be played.
And you reeled off those names and those schools there. I mean, you guys, and everybody knows this, but for folks that don't know, that is some high-level baseball that you're playing at Pitt Community College.
It is. We love it out here, and all the guys have really bought in. Even the role player guys, they know what their role is, and they really just want to finally get over that hump, especially since a lot of the guys returned from last year. Since we got the COVID year back, we're trying to make it to Oklahoma. That's our main goal.
I still look at Tommy Easton as a relatively young guy, but he's been at it a long time now. So what's it like playing under Coach Easton, the former Pirate?
Very old school. He's not into any of the new stuff. Backspin line drives, hard hit balls, running 100% all the time. If you ground out, you better be running. You're probably coming out of the game. And also, he's just a hard-nosed guy. Really love it.
You like it? You need that kind of coaching? You take that kind of coaching?
Well, I say I love it now, but sometimes when he's in my face chewing at me, I'm like, oh, man, got to get this over with.
Take the good with the bad, right?
Right.
Shea Ward joining us. So who is, you guys finished second in the East. Who are the top teams other than Pitt that you'll be seeing coming up in Morehead City?
In the East Division, number 1 seed is Brunswick, who took 2 from us the first series, and then we swept them the second. And then the 1 seed in the West Division is Catawba Valley, who I honestly don't know much about this year, but they had a 41-7 season last year, and they were really great.
So some great teams going to be there playing. We'll try to get your dad with an iPad or something streaming this stuff.
Right.
But as far as we know, hopefully if we do know about some streaming options, we'll let you know so you can check out Pitt Community College beginning Thursday at 10. So then I guess it depends on if you win or lose what time you play. Friday, if you win, do you know what time you would play on Friday?
If we win, we would play at 4 p.m. If we lose, I have no idea.
Yeah, we're not worried about that option right now.
Right.
Shea Ward joining us. So, Shea, how about you and your year this year? What are you happy with as far as in the field and at the plate?
It was a little bit up and down. I started out as a pitcher and right-handed hitter only for the first time since I was probably 9 years old. Coach was just like, he thinks I'd be better right-handed and then give us some innings on the mound. Right-handed didn't go as planned, so went back to switch it, and ever since then, this last month, yesterday was the month mark, I've had 10 bombs since then. I've got 24 RBIs in 19 games or something like that. Did the math yesterday, batting .360. So after that, I feel like it started to click well. I started seeing pitches how I used to see them, and it just felt way more comfortable at the plate.
When did you become a switch hitter?
When I was 6 years old, we were all playing so bad in an all-star tournament that our coach was like, all right, everyone switch. And I just stuck with it, and ever since that day, I've been a switch hitter.
It's a hell of a story there. Just started going from the other side, and it worked for you. Shea Ward joining us in the Pirate Radio studios. Shea, so you got a game coming up on Thursday, and you're going to be able to enjoy the beach, or is it going to be all baseball for you guys?
Most likely all baseball, but hopefully we can get some wins under our belt and solidify that spot in the tournament, and then maybe we can have a little bit of fun at the beach before we leave.
And the plan is Oklahoma. Where is that in Oklahoma? Do you know?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I know Pitt has been out there in recent years, and for you guys, I guess nobody on your team has been out there.
Nobody on my team has been there. I think the last time they went was 2017.
Okay, so trying to get there this year, and hopefully you guys can do it, and maybe some more home baseball coming up for one more time next week.
Hope so.
That'd be awesome. All right, Shea, well, your Mets are beating my Braves right now. You feeling, what's led to this start to the season? Max Scherzer, obviously. What else have the Mets been doing?
Honestly, everything. They've been doing everything well besides the bullpen. You know how that went last night? Trevor May came in, decided to give up a little 3 spot, but came out today and said he wasn't fully healthy. So hopefully he can get back fully healthy and be good for them.
And I remember as a kid, I want to say Kent Merker was part of it. The Braves threw a combined no-hitter. I thought it was pretty cool. The Mets had one of those, last week, right?
They did. And I was fully expecting every pitch. I was like, oh, here it goes. Because the Phillies got a really dangerous lineup, or very potentially dangerous lineup. They got some boppers in there that can hit it well. So to see the bullpen and the starters get after them, it honestly looked really well.
And I'm trying to remember who told me, I think it was a Mets fan who said when Diaz went in, he was either going to get the no-hitter or they were going to lose the game. In between.
No in between. He probably would have given up a 450-foot moonshot and pointed at it like he always does.
Shea Ward joining us in the Pirate Radio studio. Shea, thanks for hanging out. Good luck, man. We'll keep up with what you're doing, and how about y'all go win it this week, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Let's
plan on that. All right, thank you, Shea. Shea Ward joining us in the Pirate Radio studios. We'll take a timeout, come back, and wrap up hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to go. We'll be back with you after this.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives, as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482. University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Pepper, oh no they didn't! Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen!
Hey Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 55,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, thanks to Shea Ward from Pitt Community College Baseball for joining us right when he walked out of the studio. Matt Olson dropped a 3-run tank, and it is now Mets 5, Braves 4, as they play in the 5th inning, game 1 of a doubleheader, a double-hander, as Chan Man would say. here on this Tuesday. All right, so we got our questions of the week. We'll throw these out to Bryce Williams when he joins us. CJ yesterday put it out to the Twitter audience. So the Twitter audience gave us these questions, and now CJ threw it back at him and said, answer some of these questions.
I answered them on Instagram.
On the Grammy-gram?
I did.
All right, if you got any good ones on the gram, good answers, you can let me know. I'm looking via...
I answered the Olympic sport one.
What would it be?
Curling.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, get on mic. Come in here.
Get on the microphone. Or go in there.
Come in here.
Go in there.
We need a wireless mic for CJ so he can walk around and talk.
Too much work to set that up.
Alive or dead, past or present, your ultimate concert, who would you choose to go see? CJ says Nirvana. Brad says Garth Brooks, who was playing Calling Baton Rouge in Baton Rouge over the weekend.
Great concert. I've seen Garth Brooks in concert, and he puts on a great show.
He's notorious for being a showman, right?
Yeah, and he's notorious. Well, at the time, he had just gone back on the road, was getting ready to release a new album, and he made it very clear. He was like, I'll play a couple of the new songs, he said, but it's all the old stuff.
Play the hits, baby.
Because, he said he's a concert goer himself, and that's what he wants to hear, so he expects his fans to do the same.
Chandler, I think this is you. It says it's Davis, but I'm pretty sure that's you, right?
My name's not Davis.
Okay, Davis says Kenny Chesney. Misty says Prince. And Timothy says, I don't know what this is. Do you know what this is?
Montana of 300. I don't.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not going to act like I do. Happy birthday, Tim, though.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Happy birthday, Tim.
I don't think so, Tim.
I don't think so, Tim.
Let's see.
My name's not Tim.
If you could pick one dipping sauce to use for the rest of your life, what would it be? CJ went with the Chick-fil-A sauce. Chandler disguised as Davis, because that's you. That's your name.
My name's not Davis.
Davis says honey mustard. Ashley had a good one. A1. I like A1 on a steak, obviously, but it's good on a burger. I'll even do it with pork chops.
Oh, I've never tried that.
If you have fries with your steak, sometimes that A1 sauce gets on the fries. It's not too bad. That's not a bad one.
I like the bold and spicy.
I do too. I had steak and taters the other night, and I put my taters in it.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Misty says Polynesian from Chick-fil-A. Probably as fast foods go, definitely number one is on the sauce, but I don't know if I could eat it on everything. I would struggle.
I know you eat a lot of it when you do order it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, give me like 4 sauces.
The one time I went to go pick up lunch, and I said, hey, Clip, I'm buying lunch today. What do you want? 18 packs of Polynesian sauce,
I want
please.
Polynesian sauce and just something to be a vehicle to get it in my mouth.
Give me a bucket of it. Give me a bucket of Polynesian sauce.
Tim says barbecue sauce. Brad says Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
The best kind of barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that is some good sauce right there.
I'm a fan of that as well. Let me run down one more, and then we'll get to you, CJ, because I saw this guy. He had a specific party in mind. If you could go back or forward in the time machine, where specifically would you go? Brad says Greenville, North Carolina, the landing pool, summer of 2010. He must have had a day.
Summer of 2010.
Got my first real 6-string. Misty's going back to the college days. Tim's going back in the past to spend time with his grandfather.
Sentimental stuff.
And Chandler, a.k.a. Davis.
My name's not Davis.
Says somewhere in the future to see the scores of a full college football slate to hit the biggest parlay ever.
Now, that's a genius one. You read that one yesterday, didn't you?
Genius.
Said you should have thought of that.
Genius.
I want to show you this one. I put on the Instagram. I put a couple different ones on the Instagram story than I did on Twitter. I asked, is a hot dog a sandwich? And there are 4 no's and 2 yeses. So the no's to a hot dog, is a hot dog a sandwich, won out on this one.
Because a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And
it's just a hot dog.
Agnos and Mayhew saying it is.
A hot dog is just its own thing.
Both saying because there's 2 buns. That is not true. You get a hot dog and a bun.
You don't say, hey, can I get hot dog buns with that? You say, can I get a hot dog bun?
I'll take a hot dog with 2 buns.
And if you're if you grew up broke like I did, you got one piece of bread and you stuck a hot dog in the middle of it.
That's right.
And make a bun out of it. So it's technically not two pieces of bread.
And I've done that as well. Even when you do that, it's still just one piece of bread.
Right.
Wrapped around.
Case closed.
I would think so, but some people would still like to argue.
Now, I asked over here if you could be in
Over
Where were you?
Where were you at?
Where did you ask?
You asked over here? Where's that?
My name's not Davis. I asked if you could participate in one Olympic sport, what would it be? And I was disappointed at the lack of answers for handball. Am I the only one that thoroughly enjoys handball every 4 years?
No, I do watch that.
Help me out. What is handball?
It's
kind of like soccer, but
it's literally just with your hand. You just throw it around as a team, and there's a little
kind of like soccer. With soccer,
But
it's
you use
illegal
it-
to use your hand.
Don't look at me. I didn't say that.
It's like it's the illegal version of soccer.
no, it's kind of like soccer. Like you
will go to
use
jail.
almost the same type of rules, but you use your hands instead of your feet.
Yeah, you just throw it into a goal.
Do you dribble?
No,
No,
dribbling.
it does not touch the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Can you run with the ball?
Yes.
There's a certain amount of steps you can take. I think it's like 3 steps.
Yeah.
But it's like the NBA. They never call traveling.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. I watch it every 4 years. I don't know all the rules.
All right.
But I feel like I'd be great at it. Give me a couple years to get ready.
Whoa, you got a Troy D over here. You feel like you'd be great at
I think
it.
this whole office would be great at it.
Okay.
Everybody in here, we trained for it for 4 years. Or when's the next one? 2024? Next 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So?
Oh, count me out. Robert's got some good Matthew.
This guy.
Robert's got some good answers to the band question. He says Rush because he never got to see Neil, and it's not Peart. It's how do you say the drummer's last name of Rush? It's like Peart?
It's not Peart.
I don't think it's Peart.
Oh,
the correct pronunciation. Peart. It's not Peart. But he never got to see him before his death. He also said fencing would be a sport. That seems boring.
I feel like you have to be a little realistic with your answer. Fencing seems really hard.
Well, yeah, but you don't. It's less taxing than like running, jumping.
Yeah, I guess that's fair too.
I don't think fatties.
And you're not going to get hurt technically because there's a little ball at the end of the sword.
As a fatty, I don't think fencing would be my sport. It's like a lot more to hit. You know what I'm saying? Probably need to be thin to participate.
Last one I put on there, I kind of made up my own question. I said, "What is at the top of your sports bucket list?" One person said Fenway Park.
That was me.
So it is. You haven't been to Fenway Park before?
I would no, and the top of my sports bucket list is to be able to sing "Sweet Caroline" at Fenway Park.
Okay.
Is darts an Olympic sport?
No, but it should be. Have you ever watched like the darts television broadcast when you get like the two, like either the Irish or the British guys, and they just go completely bonkers? It's great.
I think we did something on this show not too far back. Like, what sport would you add to the Olympics? And I think I said cornhole. Like, that would definitely be mine if that was a thing.
International, let's see, former Team GB Director of Elite Sport, Sir Clive Woodward.
Clive Woodward.
Ronnie's uncle has backed darts' claim to Olympic status, but it is not even on the list of sports recognized by the IOC yet.
Shame. I think if I added a sport to the Olympics, I would add tag. Have you all ever seen tag on those ESPN channels?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They're insane.
Yeah.
It's like freeze tag?
Yeah.
Remember that?
No. Well.
Yeah, no.
And
Anyway.
they compete. They're physical, and they compete.
Tough guys.
And there's violence.
And they're a good bunch. They're a really good bunch.
They do curling in the winter. Why don't they do, like, shuffleboard in the summer? Not like the table shuffleboard, but the
long one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think that'd be electric.
I think that would be
I think
something
line
we could
dancing-
do.
Speaking of electric, I think line dancing should be an Olympic sport.
I think they're adding breakdancing in the next Olympics.
Which would be super cool.
It's not a sport.
No, that's not a sport.
You guys know
that's
how to
just
line
a,
dance?
That's just a skill.
I
That's
got
talent.
a mean Cupid shuffle, Chandler.
Do you know how to walk? If so, you can line dance. You just like step from side to side.
But can you do it good?
No.
Okay.
Like the boot scoot and boogie. Is it going to be like the floor exercise or whatever, where you come up with your synchronized swimming, where you come up with your own team song and display? Mm-hmm. Okay. I like it. I'm on board.
By the way, they have lawn dancing lessons at the Buck.
The Buck.
Oh, so we're going as a group.
Anything else, Siege?
Nope, I'm good.
This has been Under Siege with CJ Schaefer. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Bryce Williams will answer our dumb questions. We'll get a turkey update. We will talk NFL draft and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back after this.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
Thursday, September 1st. Save that date, Pirate Nation, because the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back.
That's right. The excitement for the 2022 football season is building every day, and we are super pumped about the return of the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light on Thursday, September 1st.
Save the date now and stay tuned for more details coming soon about the party of the year, just days before ECU takes on the Pack in Greenville.
We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. The real estate market is extremely competitive right now. The importance of being pre-qualified is absolute must before you begin shopping for a new home. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that fit most financial situations. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service the number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard, conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip.
All right, welcome in Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday, hot one in Eastern North Carolina. And we'll talk to former Pirate tight end Bryce Williams, who joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios here on a Tuesday. Bryce, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
We're fantastic. Well, I don't want to speak for everyone. Shirley, Chandler, how are y'all doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Fabulous, pretty good. CJ? Splendid. So there you go. There's your answers,
There we
Bryce.
go. We got a good vibe here in the Pirate Radio.
We are vibing on this Tuesday. Bryce, let's talk about what a couple Pirates are up to right now, and could be a little different. Jaquan Mcmillan signs as a rookie free agent with the Denver Broncos. Denver had wanted his services. They brought him out for one of those interviews we were talking about last week. Now, they didn't draft him, but he gets scooped up immediately. And let's talk money. Jaquan Mcmillan gets a $15,000 signing bonus, $60,000 salary guaranteed for a total of $75K. And according to Mike Kliss, who covers the Broncos, the second best payout so far amongst the Broncos undrafted class. So this is that's a pretty good number for Jaquan not being drafted, right? It sounds like they like him.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I feel like I don't have any snare in my headphones. Did you catch that? There we go.
Ellerbe sits there. I think he likes to turn it down a little bit.
Oh, I got you.
I hate how you're looking down on me, too.
Hey, I'll pump her down.
I got to boost myself. All right.
There we go. Oh, now we're good.
We're good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, even if you don't get drafted, it is a good thing to have. He must have been high on the Broncos list, and like I said, it kind of is, like I said, a list. If he doesn't take it, they just mark off and move down the list. And I think as far as like the lower you get in priority for these teams, the least amount your signing bonus and stuff will be. And for him to get that, I think it's a good sign that how much interest they had in him. I think you remember him telling me that he went on the top 30 visit, which is a big deal. For any guy, going into the draft. So, excited for him, and hope the best. And I told him, look, be confident and just make the most of your opportunities because they're finite. Right? Is it finite?
Yes, which I guess the opposite of that would be infinite. Yes, correct. So what's next for him? What are they doing right now?
So,
the rookie
I guess it's the rookie mini camp, which is it's a little stressful. It's I think a week or so. Of just learning the plays, and it's like, let's say it's strictly rookies. They'll bring in like some guys. It'll be kind of like a trial. Like for him, he's probably got a good. Obviously, he'll make it to OTAs and things like that. But there'll be just a group of rookies. I guess they're giving a shot, and some they'll sign on, and some they'll release and things like that. But yeah, he'll go rookie mini camp for a few days. That's like say crunch time. Like learn your plays and everything like that. And then obviously it moves on to OTAs fairly quickly. So I know what he's going through. So it's it's exciting. It's a great opportunity. Like I said, the biggest thing is just you got to be confident, know your stuff.
How much on the field work are you doing in these?
It's a lot of walkthroughs. They will do like practices and 7-on-7 stuff, sort of with some basic plays.
Is the whole coaching staff there?
Yes, yeah. Okay. All the coaching staff will be there. So yeah, it's just like I said, just a little camp. I mean, everything's the same. They'll still do, they'll have workouts allocated in the schedule and things like that. Studying, film. It's a cram session.
Yeah. So you go there. You said for what, a week or so?
I think it's like a week, 4 days. It's something like that. And
then what? You leave and they'll say, "We'll call. Don't call us. We'll call you."
They'll let the guys know before they leave and stuff. Like Jaquan, he'll probably should stay there until OTAs. Until OTAs come up, which is I think follow. I think they follow fairly quickly after that. I mean, it's May, so I think it follows fairly quickly.
Bryce, you never ask a man about his money, but how much money did you get from the National Football League?
As a signee, like just as a free agent?
Yeah.
It's not like just that one-time sign-on bonus?
Just period. Like, how much did you get when you came on?
Well, I mean, obviously my signing bonus as a free agent was not much because I was in the whole debacle, think I was going to the Panthers. And I think it was Green Bay called me throughout the draft, said, look, be prepared, if we don't, draft you, like, we're going to be calling you. And sure enough, they called me right away. Saints called me right away. Steelers called me. And here I'm sitting, sitting there thinking I got options because I'm thinking the Panthers about to sign me. And, of course, brainwashed by that, thinking hometown kid, let's go to the Panthers. That'd be great. Yeah. Because they were going to call me right after the draft. So, unfortunately, that just chipped away at, I probably would have had a good little signing bonus if I would have went straight to the Green Bay. I mean, it was as soon as the draft was over. Boom, boom, boom. My phone was ringing off the hook. And I'm like, well, thank you, but I'm waiting to see my options, which is hindsight 2020. I had no idea. Hindsight 2020 was boom. I could have ended up in, I think it was either Green Bay or New Orleans right offhand, and
playing with some pretty good QBs.
I tell you, it is what it is. And
did you have an agent, or were you handling all this?
No, I mean I had an agent, and I guess he was. I think he was sorting something out with like the Patriots or the Panthers, trying to figure that out. But it would have been nice to have some heads up, like, hey, like as soon as someone calls, this is what happens. Because I guess as soon as I didn't answer the phone, they're trying to fill those spots.
Oh yeah, they go to the next round.
And I had no idea that's how it goes. So there's a little grudge there, kind of not being informed enough. And then of course I would kind of beat myself up, saying, well, what if I would have said yes in the very beginning? As soon as the draft got over. So there's a little bump, it's just some aggravating things to deal with, during the whole draft thing. But I ended up going with the Patriots, and it was a whopping $2,500. I'm like,
a whopping.
It's like, well, okay. And then, I went through the Patriots in the training camp, and then got signed to the practice squad at LA. And my agent did help me out a lot there. I think the minimum was like $6,000 a week, and he was able to negotiate $11,000 for me. So that was, that did come out pretty good, as
you could say you got paid by a couple NFL teams.
Yeah, I got paid here and there. So
how long were you on the practice squad?
I was at the Rams the whole year.
Okay.
And then get released, and then signed by Seattle after the draft because McVay's crew came in. I guess as soon as the draft was over, it was like the next day. They called me in. They brought in some tight ends, and it's just, they want their guys and things like that. And then, so I go to Seattle, and then was there for a few weeks, and then get released there. And then I think, spent summer working out, and that's when I twisted my ankle. And the Patriots had called me back, but I had a bum ankle. And then the Steelers called me for a workout, and I still did the workout with them and did well, but they could see that my ankle was bugging me, so I went with the other guy. And so I was like, okay. Well, then as soon as I landed back home in Charlotte, that's when the Panthers called me, went through there, and free agency, was out that fall, went to a combine deal in Tampa and performed really well there. Got some feedback from like the Jets. And then that's when the Cardinals flew me out for a workout, and me and another tight end, and then they ended up picking me, and they're there, and then yada, yada, yada.
It's a whirlwind, man.
Oh yeah, I mean here's
and we always talk about domino effects, like with East Carolina. One example is if Benkert doesn't get hurt, does Ruff get fired, and then does like the whole thing. So what if Jeff Fisher doesn't get fired from LA?
I tell you, I think if Jeff Fisher didn't get fired from LA, I think it would have been a good thing for me, for sure. I had a connection with them, and
to be there all year.
Because they go through practice squad guys like nothing. This boom, one guy will be there for a week, boom, he's gone. I saw who knows how many different guys, come in on the practice squad, and fortunately, I got to hang around the whole thing, and they already had they already had 4 tight ends on the roster, so they're pretty much covered pretty good.
Yeah.
And for me to make it all year, I was like, okay. And then Jeff Fisher gets fired, and it's like, which I didn't think much of it now, but when you look at it, you're like, man, it's a business of, who likes you if they're your guy and things like that. And I guess I was the lower man on the totem pole when it comes to the position guys, because I was the only undrafted tight end on the team. And I got plucked.
And also, Fisher not only got fired, but he was out of the NFL. Mm-hmm. And if he went to another, because I think about Terrence Copper, who was a good player, but he made those connections to where Todd Haley, when he got a head coaching job, Haley had coached Copper at a previous stop. And he said, I want you to come in and be our special teams captain guy because you're my guy.
Right.
Like you form those relationships.
It is.
And that's how guys get recycled a lot, because coaches feel comfortable bringing in those same
most
guys.
Definitely. When I went to the Cardinals, whoever the head coach was at the Cardinals met it 1 year. I remember
Hunt, wasn't it?
I can't remember what his name was, but he was at the Panthers. And
it was the defensive guy. You talking about the year that
it was 1 year, it was 2018.
Yeah. Who was it? The Panthers D coordinator went to the Cardinals, got fired.
Steve Wilkes,
yeah. He brought I think he brought a handful of Panthers guys there, and I did remember saying hey to them during the workout. But it is, it's you're my guy, who they like, and who they have a relationship with, and
what a mess that was, by the way, Bryce. You probably didn't even know it at the time, but so they had Rosen.
Yep,
Josh Rosen.
Yeah, Josh Rosen.
So he was the quarterback.
He was the 10th pick?
Had just got drafted.
Yeah.
Just brought in a head coach, and after 16 games, they fire the coach. They get rid of Rosen. They bring in Kingsbury, and they draft Kyler Murray. That was almost a wasted year of football in Arizona. I guess they did that to bring in all these new guys, but it doesn't sound like that was a very good spot, good place to be at that time.
Yeah, and then as far as Arizona, I felt pretty good about my chances. The only vet guy that was really there was Grisham. And but he was hurt all. I tell you, they hold on. I guess when you got money invested in these guys, but which he was an awesome dude, by the way. But he had just
Gresham,
Gresham, and he was hurt all OTAs, all training camp with an Achilles. Didn't do anything, and they kept him on the roster. And I'm just like, what in the world? Thinking, okay, I got a pretty good shot. And then knew they had Ricky Seals Jones and a buddy of mine, Gabe. He played at Purdue, but it was just him. So there's no top dog. I felt like I was doing pretty good, but I tell you, they got favorites, and that's who it's going to be.
That's how it goes.
You're not perfect out there, but you're thinking, can't they see the bill?
Yeah.
Clearly not.
It takes some luck probably, and it's a lot of favoritism, and so it's all that.
Most definitely.
All right, so good luck to Jaquan McMillan, DJ Ford, and I don't know. Hope Tyler Snead's good enough to certainly play some professional football. Hope he finds a landing spot as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got a lot of dumb questions. I can't wait to ask you, Bryce.
Yes.
And we got to go Pirate Radio Outdoors.
Oh yeah.
Did Bryce finally get that elusive turkey? We'll have the answer to that later on Pirate Radio Live. Also, we'll make you a winner coming up at the end of next segment. It's all ahead. We're back with you, hour 3 after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Here today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. Dr. Jones, a lot of exciting new things going on.
Yes, so you may have seen our new facility, but we also have a private courtyard. There's an outdoor private area where we have artificial turf where it's fenced in, and we're going to be having our sunset yoga classes there. Those classes allow you to develop increased flexibility, more energy, and get better sleep. So come on and check those classes out today. Come by and see us, Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, Arlington Boulevard, or check us out online at kptonline.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or you can visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. One day we'll have to we'll do a whole segment on Bryce's time in California. A country boy in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that one day here on the show. We will do Pirate Radio Outdoors later. Also make you a winner coming up at the end of this segment. Quick look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
The Mets have a 5-4 lead over the Braves in the 7th inning. Last night, Bryce, the Hurricanes began their playoff run. They beat the Bruins 5-1. So if you're looking to jump on the Hurricanes bandwagon, feel free to do so.
Okay.
Ryder Giles said yesterday, I feel like it's always hockey season. And it kind of is. I think NASCAR, NBA goes forever. NASCAR feels like it really never ends. And it kind of doesn't. It's what? It ends in November, CJ, and comes back early February.
NASCAR?
Yeah. It really is just about as close to year-round as it gets.
Wow.
NBA playoffs tonight. Bucks at Celtics. Bucks won Game 1 on the road. That's at 7 o'clock. And then the Warriors won Game 1 on the road. They take on the Grizzlies tonight at 9:30. And that's what's going on in the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
What's the NBA schedule? I feel like they're always on TV.
Is it June? Is the championship in June? They're not listening. I think it's in June and opening in late October, early November. So there's a July, August, September break. But yeah, it's not a long break.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That and baseball
and you think about like LeBron and talk about how many years he's played. Add all of his years plus playing in 4 rounds of the playoffs for 2 months. God. I wonder how many extra years LeBron has played just due to the postseason.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Let's get to some dumb questions. We've been doing this, enjoying this Mondays with our baseball players, and the folks on Twitter did a good job with these. So a lot of these are from folks online. Bryce, first one, it's a dumb question because I think it's an easy answer, but we've had some different opinions on this. Redbeard asks, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Dang. Dang. I'm going. I'm going. No.
That is correct.
No. I thought of a sub, and that's kind of the same shape as a hot dog bun, but it's just horizontal buns rather than vertical buns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's no plural in buns. It's a bun.
That's true.
Give me a hot dog bun.
That's true.
Yeah, and
it's
a sandwich.
By the little seam.
That's right. So it's not a sandwich.
That's true. Not a sandwich.
All right, Bryce, this is a good one. As an animal guy like yourself, you're an animal lover when it comes to dogs. You also hunt animals as well. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be and why? This is from Rick.
I think offhand, just straight up, probably a bald eagle.
Okay.
Because obviously I think it's so awesome. Like to be able to fly would be awesome. And they're protected, so no one can kill you. And nothing else is really going to eat you.
That's a good point. You are... Yeah, what hunts eagles?
I don't think anything.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, if it's down on the ground but honestly, a coyote, no. Coyote's not going to go after an eagle. I'm going bald eagle.
All right, bald eagle. Good call. Ashley asked, if you could pick one movie to watch for the rest of your life, what would it be? I went non-comedy here, but we had a lot of comedy answers, which made me change my answer, because if I got to watch it, if I could only watch one, I don't want to be depressed.
Yeah, no way.
So maybe something fun. I don't know.
Funny. That's a hard one. I don't really watch. Did that kid just get hit in the head?
There's a net there.
Oh.
But he thought he was.
That went right to him. But movies, God, I'm not much of a... I mean, I enjoy watching movies, but as far as like one offhand, oh, God. That's... I really don't know.
Nothing coming to you.
No, I mean...
What's the last movie you watched?
Probably some Netflix movie with Anna. I don't remember. I enjoy Dumb and Dumber just for like the
good call.
Just because like the one-liners and stuff,
Yeah.
I think is pretty funny.
Big gulps, huh?
Yeah, I do that with my buddy when we're on the phone.
Yeah,
and it kind of goes lame. We go, big ups, huh? Well, see you later.
Well, see you later. Let's go to the chart. This is which animals could you beat in a fight? This was a poll, Bryce. And I'm gonna just go down the list. You tell me which of the following animals do you think you could beat in a fight if you were unarmed?
So unarmed, okay.
We start with a rat.
Yeah.
House cat.
Yep.
Goose.
Yep.
Medium-sized dog. Eagle. We're back to the eagle.
The eagle. I think so. That's something going to be. It'd be hard, but yeah.
All right, we're getting tougher. A large dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chimpanzee.
Man, I don't know. I heard them things are crazy.
About 25% of Americans said they could beat up a chimpanzee. That's where I draw the line.
You know, honestly, I don't know because I'm gonna go a yes on.
Have some confidence in yourself.
I'm gonna go a yes on a chimpanzee, because obviously they don't really can't punch. You know, I think like they'd be kind of out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go yes on a chimpanzee.
Okay. How about a king cobra?
Ooh. Unarmed, because then I have to try and grab it, and then they'd probably come around.
Right. So what do you stomp it? Or
if you get around them, I'm going. I could get a king cobra.
All right. How about a kangaroo?
I did see a video of a guy. The kangaroo was trying to get his dog, and he hit it. I'm going.
Oh, wow.
I could probably get a kangaroo.
All right, wow. You and about 15% of the people, the public, said they could beat a kangaroo. How about a wolf?
Yeah, 'cause that's just like a dog.
All right, easy enough. How about a crocodile?
Ooh.
We're getting down to about 10% of the public says they could beat a crocodile.
Yeah, I just gotta. Am I in the water or am I off the water?
When I pictured this question, I pictured there's no furniture or anything in this room. You're just in this room with the animal.
Golly. I don't know. I'm going.
And what would you do? Did you just have to beat it or choke it? Or how do you choke a crocodile?
How do you kill them? Because you hit it on top of the head, but them some guns got like some, they're not the softest thing.
Right.
Do you suffocate them? But then you got to try. I think I'd be too freaked out on a crocodile. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking no.
Okay.
I don't think so.
How about a gorilla?
No.
Yeah. Lion?
No.
Elephant?
No.
And the one that the people said they could beat the least with about, we're looking at 3 to 5% here, a grizzly bear. Now,
who's saying they could beat an elephant, a lion, a
good
gorilla?
question.
There's no way. No way.
And this, I think CJ Mayhew said they were having this discussion in the clubhouse recently. Who would win in a fight between a gorilla and a grizzly bear?
Wow.
I said gorilla. I don't know. Maybe. What do you got?
I'm thinking gorilla because they're more, I would say they can more
so they
agile.
function better.
Yeah, function better. They got thumbs.
Right. I said that. Yeah.
Because
thumbs.
they could like sit there and literally choke them.
Right.
A bear is just paws.
Yeah.
So I'm going gorilla. That would be. I tell you.
Would you pay to see that?
I'd pay to see that.
All right. Let's move on from that. Great question here. If you had to choose one dipping sauce to use on any food for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's from Mike.
I tell you, one would definitely probably be ranch.
See,
but there's a bunch out there I know. Like. I'm a sauce guy,
but
I'm going ranch.
Who said? I think it was CJ yesterday. Says Mayhew. Ranch is good because you use it on your chicken and stuff like that. But if you choose barbecue sauce or ketchup or mustard or something,
oh yeah.
What if you have a salad?
Yep. I was going to say salad too. So yeah, salad.
Ranch goes on the salad.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely ranch. But I just had who's got really good honey mustard? McAllister's.
Okay.
And I got a McAllister sandwich and had a leftover half and some of the honey mustard. I mean, I drowned that sandwich in it was like this turkey club thing, and I just drowned in it.
We got Bojangles a couple weeks ago, and
that honey mustard's good.
Lily wanted honey mustard; they were out of it.
Oh,
and I didn't want my daughter to hate me for life, so I went to Food Line, and I got Sweet Baby Ray's honey mustard.
Is it good?
And it's good. So,
do you like real thick honey mustard?
I'm not a big honey mustard guy to start with. I always go barbecue.
Oh, you're a barbecue sauce guy.
But I did have some of that honey mustard, and it was pretty good. I guess, and that's pretty thick. I guess I would choose thick.
A thicker. So, yeah, because some of those, they're like Ken's Ranch is thick, but then you have almost the more liquidy ranch wing.
O'Cool's used to have the liquidiest ranch.
Yes, I like liquidy ranch.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Man, I tell you what, I'm hungry.
Bryce, what Olympic sport would you choose to participate in?
Anything
that exists. You say you did some track in high school?
I did track. I mean, those guys are obviously Olympians,
right? You'd have to train quite a bit.
I would have to train quite a bit. I think the hurdles would be fun. The 110 hurdles would definitely be fun to do. The archery, I like shooting bows, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah,
it's So I'm going. I'm going the 110 hurdles.
Is there one where they shoot a gun?
Yeah, but it's these weird guns. Well, they do have skeet shooting.
Oh, they have that in the Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe you can do that.
I would do skeet shooting and 110 hurdles.
All right. At the same time.
Yes.
Ask them other guys running if they can do that.
That's
right. Question of the week from Seabrab. How many third graders could you take in a fight at the same time? I like the way Chandler worded it. So let's say you're doing running a football camp. Crap hits the fan, and for some reason, all these third graders want to beat you up. How many could you beat up at once?
I bet I could take a lot of them.
You got a big wingspan.
I bet I could take.
You're at the altar at your wedding, and a bunch of third graders just come charging at you.
I could easily do 10.
Easy.
Oh, most definitely.
Easy. Just mow them down.
Now you sound like CJ Mayhew.
Yeah.
Just
picking them up, chunking them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I pick one up because they weigh about 60 pounds, 70 pounds in third grade. 10. Easily 10.
All right. So we're going 10 plus. We'll say a dozen.
Yeah.
If you could choose to see any musician or band, alive or dead, perform, who would you choose to see?
That's hard. The hard thing is there's so many options.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy a bunch of music, just different genres from anywhere. But man, that's tough. Do I go prime country? Probably. Man. I guess there's no right or wrong answer.
No,
I really I'm trying to dig down deep. I'm just right offhand, just because he does have some good songs, but there's a lot of them. I think the most recent. I'm just gonna go off the most recent. So I don't have to dig too deep and think too hard. Would be Larry Fleet has a really good album, and almost all those songs on that one album are great.
Okay.
So right offhand, I'll go Larry Fleet.
Larry Fleet.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be honest, I don't know who that is. Larry Fleet. There he is. Got a nice beard on him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
All right, I'll check him out. Bryce, do you believe in ghosts?
I'm going. No.
Okay.
I don't think so, man.
Yeah. You figured you'd see one by now? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I feel about. Well, I think there is some form of alien life out there.
Yeah.
But as far as the aliens that we think that we see on movies, I feel like if they were there and close to us, we would have seen them by now. Like, and that was the next question: do aliens exist? My answer is yes, but not in the way we think about aliens. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I kind of scare myself if I think that far out to think about there being something else out there. I mean, it's almost to me unfathomable to like think outside the Milky Way.
Yeah,
like I mean, like
then
say
what?
there's thousands. Exactly, like then
it is. It blows your mind.
You know, like what's that? I mean, you got the Milky Way, and there's thousands more galaxies, and you're just like, wait, slow down. I'm just gonna keep my mind in Pitt County, and or Atlantic Beach.
I hear you. Yeah,
it's just like, man, I don't even want to think that much. Ghosts, I've never had an experience with it. I mean, I've never had any like, whoa, what was that? Why is that moving? Nothing like that.
Okay.
Anna swears she's got some kind of possession. Something's like, she doesn't do anything creepy, but like she just always psychs herself out. And because one time Mary or Anna would say yes, there's ghosts, because when she was little, like, you know, the little twirly things in like the over babies' cribs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, Anna was fast asleep, and Mary heard something, and that thing was like spinning, I think, at a decent little pace. I'm pretty sure. Something sketchy enough to be like, whoa. But for me, never had it. I guess I just got a good, strong soul, but they just can't penetrate me or something.
All right.
You know?
Interesting answers from an interesting person, Bryce Williams. Thank you for participating.
Hey, I love that.
Put you through the ringer today.
Good stuff.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, open up the booty bag here on a Tuesday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, what are we giving away today?
How about I throw out the certificate for lunch for two at Tiebreakers?
Throw it on out there.
The breakout.
See you
The breakout.
What number caller are we looking for?
11.
317-1250. When we return, did Bryce get his turkey? We'll find out after this.
Are you ready for a new career? Victra is the largest independent retailer for one of the nation's largest cellular providers, and Victra's contact center is hoping to interview you and offer you a job. Get ready. Victra is holding a 2-day hiring event at the Greenville Convention Center on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Victra has open positions for customer care representatives as well as sales representatives for consumer and business sales. Benefits include incredible commission potential, paid face-to-face training, medical, dental, vision, paid time off, a 50% discount on your wireless bill, access to wages prior to payday, and 401k matching. Visit pit-jobs.com or search Victra Contact Center on Facebook for info about the hiring event on May 3rd and 4th. Bring your resume and dress for success. Victra will be conducting interviews and offering jobs on Tuesday, May 3rd and Wednesday, May 4th at the Greenville Convention Center. Go to pit-jobs.com for more info.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Hey Birdland families! This Mother's Day, skip the brunch crowds and treat Mom to a fun-filled day at Camden Yards. Celebrate Mom with the entire family as the O's take on the Kansas City Royals Sunday, May 8th at 1:35. Be sure to arrive at the ballpark early because the first 10,000 fans age 15 and over will receive a one-of-a-kind Orioles floral cap. Make this Mother's Day one to remember. Don't wait until the last minute. A variety of ticket options are available now at Orioles.com/tickets.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here. Just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. New Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Pepper, oh no they didn't! Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen!
Hey Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
The
voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations are available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. And congratulations to Bobby Swartz of Winterville. Picked up lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Never know where the conversations will take us during the break. Right now we're looking up Aaron Judge's height. We're also talking about the haunted house stuff.
Yeah.
And Bryce, even when I watch a scary movie to this day and I feel a jump scare coming, I'll like look at my phone and start looking at something else while just listening to the movie.
Oh yeah, Anna covers her eyes. I'm like, what are you doing?
You're gonna
you
miss
still
it.
hear it.
Those jump scares, they get you. All right, speaking of jump scares, how many turkeys did you scare this week? And did you get one? Let's go Pirate Radio Outdoors. You've been looking all season, frustrated. Did you finally get the bird?
Man, so the last time I did, I finally got one.
Got the bird.
Last time I killed a bird, because we're right in the middle of spring, so you got football and all that, just everything. And then obviously trying to find places to hunt. And then all that was 2000 and it was 11 years ago. Since I killed a turkey.
It's been that long?
It's been that long.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because there for the longest time during football, I wouldn't go. I didn't get to go. Spring ball and just all that.
Yeah.
And then trying to find connections to go. And, it's a very short season, a month long. So
you missed the window for many years.
Oh, yeah. So many years missed the window.
Well, how long have you been active trying to get one, though? What's your streak at?
Honestly, active, like real active.
A few years?
Maybe, yeah, just a few years. Maybe
Okay.
like 3 years. You know, some it's like, oh, you can't get close enough or not able to go. Or, yeah, I mean, no, but like this past season, yeah, I've been hard at it. I mean, season's 30 days. I bet I've been probably at least 10 times. You know, finally got them. So we were, I've been surrounded by turkeys all year. And, I mean, gobbling, seeing them, just seeing them if they're out of range and just all that. So we were sitting there. It was me, Jay, and my buddy Parker. And we sat there, and when they got hens with them, you know, they end up, you know, obviously they go mute. They don't care about anything else because they got their lady with them.
Yeah.
And they got caught up with some hens early, and it was about 7:15. They hushed up. 7 o'clock they hushed up. I mean, they fly out of the tree at like 6:15 out of the roost. Well, we sat there about 30, 45 minutes, and we're like, well, nothing's going on. I look over. Jay was asleep. Parker was standing up. So I get up. At first, I was just going to be like, hey, let's, just fool with Jay and sort of walk off and just, when he wakes up, he doesn't know where we're at. But then we were like, well, let's walk around and see where these turkeys are going. Sure enough, we walk around. He calls a few times. One fires off. Well, dang. And it was a good little poke. I mean, it was probably about a 30-yard shot. And, up in the woods and stuff. But I bet from the time he gobbled the first time to he was dead was like 5 minutes. I mean, it was like, bam, happened that quick. Because when they're finally alone and searching and you spark their interest with a call, I mean, they come looking. He was probably 150, 175 yards away, and he closed the distance and was looking. And sure enough, thank goodness, I was able to cut him down. And he had 11 3/4 inch beard, so long beard. You count it right to the last little strand, and it was right at 11 3/4. My spurs were one was like 1 3/4 inches, the other was like 1.5 inches. So I mean, a really, great bird. I mean, swamp bird who probably has never been hunted, just sat there and was probably one of the studs of the swamp. So super excited, finally got one. I've been able to sort of chill a little bit. They went this morning. I'd like to go tomorrow morning, but I ain't got things to do. So, because I'd like to be there with Jay. Jay kills one. But yeah, finally got one.
You got your one.
Because the season's over this weekend. So
yeah, it was crunch time.
It is. So, this weekend's obviously I'm not able to do that because obviously I got 4 days. How many days?
So you're getting hitched.
I'm getting hitched Saturday.
Saturday.
Congratulations, Bryce.
Thank you. Saturday.
Don't lock the knees, dude. Don't lock the knees.
Yikes. Hopefully, I won't lock the knees.
You gonna cry?
Probably.
Yeah, you gotta cry.
Now there's gonna be a bunch. Look, there's gonna be a bunch of pictures taken, so be prepared for that.
Oh, I know.
And speaking of pictures, I have a question about the turkeys. What is the purpose of taking a picture of the claws, of the beard? Is it just to kind of show off the size, or?
Yeah. So obviously turkeys are.
Because I have so many friends that have killed turkeys, and it seems like every single one, like one of the pictures is going to be a picture of the.
Yeah, it's like the spurs, the back hooks. Yeah. They call them, the back spurs. That, I mean, the size of those and the length of the beard, that's all kind of judging, the maturity of the turkey, the size. It's almost like killing like a 8-pointer versus like a small 6-pointer. Just how they're scored, I guess you could say, and things like that. So, big spurs and long beard, that's what you're after. But it's funny with turkeys, with a deer, like you see his horns, like oh, that's an 8-pointer, that's a 10-pointer, that's a small buck, that's a big buck. with turkeys, you don't really get that judgment
until you
with
kill
them.
one.
So there's it's a little exciting to when you shoot one. Like, all right, let's see what we got.
Yeah.
And most of the time you can see the beard, but you don't really have a good indication of, all right, this is this long versus that. You can't tell the difference between a 9-inch beard and an 11-inch beard really when you shoot them and they're off. But you can obviously see it because little Jake will have this little stub. It's kind of funny looking. But so it's exciting when you kill a turkey. Check out and see what the beard and spurs length works.
There you go. Asked and answered.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Outdoors, going to be indoor. Well, is your wedding indoors or outdoors?
It's the outdoor. Cross your fingers it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
The forecast is.
Let's get some no rain. Let's get some nice weather and have a good old time. Next time we see Bryce, he will be a married man.
I know.
Off the market. Hitched.
Off the market. Sorry, ladies. I'm off the market.
I'm on Marketplace and I can't find Bryce Williams. Where's he at? He's off the market.
He's off. That man's sold.
And really, I don't even know. Are you going to be here playing the beard next week or y'all?
Yeah, we'll probably be at the beach like Monday and come back Tuesday. Yeah, I'll be here Tuesday. I'll be here.
All right. I want to ask because I'm going to say you're not even going to feel that different.
Probably not.
Because you've been with Anna for so long.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's really going to change other than...
Yeah, just...
You said I do?
I do. Yeah.
You locked
Are
it
you
in?
going to carry her into the house?
Threshold?
No.
You got 2 feet.
Yeah.
Use them.
Hey, Bryce don't talk to this lady like that. That's why you ain't got a woman. You be talking.
Get in that kitchen.
That was unnecessary.
Make me a sandwich.
That was unnecessary.
Well, you said it.
Make me a sandwich.
A sandwich.
And then she brings you a hot dog and you get even more upset.
and then it's a divorce.
All right, Shirley, I think we missed a break today, but that's on me. Me and Bryce got rolling. So,
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, we'll just take it to the end of the show. All right, Bryce, well, have fun, man.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the moments. Really, just get through the wedding and have a great reception.
Yes.
That's the key right
Exactly. I'm ready for that. I'm excited.
Good old time. All right, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. We'll see y'all Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We'll talk to Eric Ward. There are 2 conference tournaments going on at East Carolina this weekend. The Pirates are hosting the AAC Softball Championship and also the AAC Lacrosse Championship. So no baseball this weekend, but a lot of action to see for free on the campus of East Carolina. We'll talk about it all with Eric Ward from ECU Marketing on Wednesday. Stephen Igo, Hoist the Colors, will join us to talk Pirate football, Pirate baseball, and Pirate hoops. And we'll have a lot more on the way on Wednesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, CJ Schaefer, and the man off the market, Bryce Williams. I am Clip Brock. We'll